guys, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the weekly intuitive astrology reading for December 3rd. Sorry, the tripod's doing stuff. For December 30th to January 5th. Oh, happy new moon. Happy post-shadow Mercury retrograde being over. Happy new year. Happy just everything. Don't mind the mess around me. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I had to take some extra time. I actually am not as late as I thought I was gonna be. I had to take some extra time before getting on the live, and I think honestly it was a good um, practice. Also for some of the energy that we're gonna experience towards the end of the week. I'm gonna try to go slow because that's that's literally part of the lesson of some stuff that's coming up this week. And of course, you may experience it differently. But if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that good stuff. The way that we're going to go about this today, first of all, every video moving forward may be very different. I don't know what Spirit has in store, but I'm just trusting the process. But we're going to start with just talking about some themes that have been coming up that at least I have been aware of or made aware of by Spirit in terms of what the collective is experiencing potentially. And we're also going to touch on some astrology. The way they want me to go about astrology, at least in the present moment, I don't know how long this will be for, is incredibly casual. So as far as like the detailed astrology breakdowns that I'm used to providing, they were giving me the term astrology math. They're like, you do the astrology math and you just like basically relay the results. And I'm like, okay, I get it. We may get into some collective messages. I definitely want to do signs today. It feels important because today is well, today's just a special day, isn't it? So that's how this is gonna go. But before we get started, I've already done this for myself, but I think given just the energy that we're moving into, and specifically more in the end of the week, and to be honest, maybe even a little bit into further deeper into January, is to operate differently. Okay. And to really allow for pace, allow for surrender, allow for gentility, which I thought was interesting. And we'll get into why that is. But yeah, before we really get started, just like take a minute for yourself. I'm just in this like slow vibe right now with you guys. If you need to breathe, if you need to just like get your feet on the floor, if you need water, even just like checking in with yourself as far as like where your needs are at before you even get in like any sort of headspace with the energies we're going to talk about today, because that's also another thing too, is like something okay, they're like, you're getting ahead of yourself. You're right. Sorry, I'll slow down. Yeah, so just like take a minute, do what you got to do. I enjoyed a nice breath of just like pause and peace and quiet. I want to thank all of you for joining me today. Today definitely is a day of new beginnings for, well, the collective, and of course you as an individual. And I already set intentions for the space, but also I guess to just say aloud with you that in your day-to-day, in your moment-to-moments, moving forward, that any delays, any disruptions, any distractions, that you give yourself permission to meet that with surrender, to meet that with patience, and to allow those moments to be moments where you allow yourself to recenter and to refocus on what your devotions and intentions are, not just with this new moon, but in these moments and in your day-to-day moving forward. Okay? Okay. That being said, let's go ahead and actually get started on some of these messages. Oh, that felt good, didn't it? I don't know about you all, but that made me feel better even. Like, there was so much energy kicked up before the recording, and it was like, let's woosah that shit, right? Let me make sure the chat is actually full chat. There it is. Hey, Marcy. Well, now I'm zen. Good. Good. So speaking on the current energies right now, before we get into the astrology devotion, that's why I have that as part of the title. Today is the new moon in Capricorn. Mercury retrograde, the post shadow is officially over today. And I don't know if you guys were feeling it too, but this particular Mercury retrograde was whooping my butt. Okay. And even like yesterday and up until this morning, I'm like, I can still feel this energy, like trying to cling on, man. But delays and disruptions are going to be an interesting theme. And again, we'll talk about it. But with this being the new moon in Capricorn, last night we connected on Patreon for the new moon, which was always fun. And it actually got a little heavy at times. And it got very interesting. But this new moon in Capricorn is absolutely about new ways of approach, communication, foundations, operating differently, and also setting intentions for what foundations. And when I say foundations, I mean the baseline, like the base operating system or the basic structures, infrastructures that support you in your life. And that can be minor things, that can be major things, that could be routine, that could be your actual housing, that could be your vessel, that could be your body, that could be things you do for yourself, that could be money, that could be work, right? But in terms of these foundations, what new foundations or new ways of creating foundations will support you moving forward? Something else that was, oh, they said you're jumping. There's just so much information. Okay. I've been noticing I've been doing this more too, where I need to take more of a minute just because there's so much information to speak on. With these new foundations, they are meant to support reform. They're meant to support long-term stability and change. And yes, that can also touch on legacy, and that can touch on abundance and material wealth and health and all of these things. But it's whatever you want to make it. Now, Capricorn being an Earth Saturn energy / sign, right? Discipline comes with that. But devotion is the word that Spirit was really wanting me to use. And as I was sitting in meditation today, they kept highlighting that, like, always come back to devotion, always come back to devotion, always come back to devotion. Because now that we are through the gates, we're actively walking through the gates, is how they were really highlighting it to me. As we are actively walking through the gates, the new is still very new, right? And we are still actually planting seeds as well. So be compassionate with yourself as you get used to the new, okay? Because just like, when you're growing anything that's new, it's like when you have a little tree sapling, you got to really take care of it, right? You got to nurture it. You got to remember why you're planting these seeds at all, or what this new energy even feels like for you. You got to get to know it. You got to learn how to walk with it. You got to learn how it really feels, right? And so that may come with some moments, where it doesn't feel as good as maybe it did the day before or in the beginning. And that's because you're still getting used to it. It still needs to get its footing, right? The foundations still need to get built. And that's what we're doing right now. We're still we're just building these new foundations right now, these new practices, these new narratives, these new routines, etc. So just be compassionate with yourself and be patient with yourself, because the other thing that's also coinciding with this energy is, and it is tied to the astrology, and I will get to speaking on that. In terms of Mars. Mars is playing a big role in all of this as well. I'm sorry, I can feel myself trying to jump. Because I want to talk about Mars, and I want to talk about Capricorn 2.0. We haven't talked about that in a bit, but it ties into this new moon, okay? Now that Pluto is officially done with Capricorn, and now that we are in Capricorn season, but we are finishing out the year, we are also now experiencing what it is to truly physically, tangibly be in this evolved way of Capricorn. And for those who are new, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I've been talking about this for the last couple of years, actually. When Pluto was in Capricorn, right? I believe Pluto moved into Capricorn in 2008. Pluto in Capricorn was teaching us and showing us the corrupt, distorted ways of achieving and success and government and the patriarchy and all of that stuff, and the way we've operated in that, the way we've been forced to operate in that. When Pluto moves into a sign, it is for evolution. what it does is it digs deep into the sign and it shows you the corruptive craziness. And then once we see the corruptive craziness and we're at kind of like the bottom of the barrel of that craziness, we can start really experimenting or seeing or playing around with what really works, right? While what doesn't is continuing to get dismantled and shoved out and shoved away. But with that also comes this new way of working with Capricorn energy, which is a new way of infrastructure, a new way of legacy, a new way of building stability for the future, and not just for our future but for future generations, right? Like 7-generation principle like comes to mind with that. And even in the way that we work, it's like they don't even want me to use the W word. Like, just say the W word. Even the way we work, it's devotion. It's not work, it's devotion, right? It's like even using that word in a way is like a different way of looking at that, right? Of looking at Capricorn, because work has so much like bleh, kind of associations with it, right? But devotion is just consistent, intentional investment, right? That's all it is. It's like devotion. Yeah, it's intentional. While I think with work, right, it's almost like an autopilot, I think, for some people, or it's like a pushing of like, we just got to get through, we got to get through, we got to get through, we got to do this, I got to, la, la, la. And that's the energy I want us to stay away from. That's also the energy that may get really amped up at this time for you to see and recognize when you fall into that and how it removes you from yourself or takes you out of yourself and out of intention, right? They said slow down. I have so much energy flowing through me. It's like, this is going to be part of my discipline for sure, and getting used to this moving forward, just sharing with you guys. But I also want to come back to devotion, because with this new moon in Capricorn and intentions that we're setting, it's also about your personal devotion and what it is you want to be devoted to. But again, that comes with intention and consistency. It doesn't come with, that's what it was. It doesn't come with a push necessarily. And I know we associate Capricorn with like push, 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 push. And yeah, Cappies can do that, but that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable, and that's also not healthy. It's not balanced, right? If anything, I would say that's imbalanced Capricorn energy, but that's what we've been accustomed to, right? Just speaking as an energetic experience for everybody. But devotion is that consistent effort even when we make room for other things, right? It's almost like this ability to stay adaptable and malleable and keeping our focus while making space for things that are not about that focus, are not about that intention, right? It's a much more sustainable, balanced way of devoting and investing and progressing, right? Right. So speaking on that, I do want to touch on Mars a little bit. Now, Mars is going to be doing some activity towards the end of the week. And again, we'll get into the nitty-gritty about that. That is going to feel differently than it does right now. So with this new moon, Mars is actually really nicely supported by the North Node. And while Mars is in retrograde, typically in retrograde, like in any sign, normally it's difficult to take action, or we struggle with our physical vitality. That's normally what we experience under any Mars retrograde, because it's literally the masculine force, the way we exert energy and initiate things and change is retrograde. So it's pulled back, it's restricted. But with some of the North Node energy, especially on the new moon, like today, it's actually giving us a little bit of a gift of having it be a little bit easier. But towards the end of the week, because I already know the energy and I know like the things, but I'm also feeling it. So it's just like, ugh. Towards the end of the week, I would even say, and Thursday's coming up. I don't know, interesting, random, but Thursday's coming up. Delays, hiccups, distractions, all the D words, right, may come up as you are like excited about some of the new things that you're wanting to do for yourself and devote yourself to. And when I say devote, it doesn't have to be grandiose. It's like, it's literally just what you intentionally want to invest in. Whether that's like like I said, like a routine or a diet, or just doing something nice for yourself once a week, like having a pamper day. It's like, it's things like that. It doesn't have to be crazy. All right. I know it's easy to get caught up in some of these terms, but again, it doesn't have to be crazy, right? So as these distractions and delays and disruptions, that's the word that was wanting to come through, disruptions, come up, it's also a reminder, and it's teaching us how to do it differently, how to operate differently. Venus is going to be an important part here. I missed the live. I know you did. We missed you. I was like, where's Alejandra? Like, I kept thinking that in my mind. Anyway, sorry, just had to show some love. Coming back to operate differently, to devote differently, okay? And to be patient, and also to understand too that like when things do get disrupted, it doesn't mean that you're failing. It doesn't mean that things are going to go awry, even if it seems like that in the moment. And it is, again, like I was saying, even with the prayer, to just take that window to recenter, right? Recenter, get refocused, maybe even allow yourself to observe yourself and how you're operating, and like, oh, you know what, maybe this can be different, or maybe I can just go about it this way, because that's also what we learn in retrograde phases, right? And that's also part of Mars retrograde lessons right now as well. So if disruptions and delays happen, it's not a big deal. Even if it seems like it can be really tempting to get angry and be very upset, especially because of the energies we have. But it is a moment to just kind of recenter, reevaluate how you're going about your devotion to whatever it is. Okay. There were specific goddesses that I wanted to call in for the space today because of this energy. And I called in Pavarti, Yamaya, and Kuan Yin. It's like, where'd you go? And Kuan Yin specifically. And maybe those are goddesses that have been coming up for you. But like their energy just felt very like a trifecta of just like peace and calm. The feminine is going to be really important this week with all this energy too. Leaning into Venus, leaning into the feminine is part of operating differently, devoting differently when it comes to this Capricorn energy. Okay. So I think that's everything that wanted to be said. I'm trying to find my tea. Hold on. I tried to get all my coughs out preemptively, but y'all know how it is. Okay, so speaking on the astrology, again, I did all the astrology math, so this is going to be very casual, okay? Let me do a little timestamp here for that. Okay, so for this week, we have the new moon in Capricorn today, and as I mentioned before, Mercury, the post shadow for that retrograde, also ends today. We also have Venus moving into Pisces this week. Now, I talked about this on Patreon, the importance of Mercury this week in particular, and of course Mars opposing Pluto is still very, very important. The thing I want to mention about Mercury, the component of Mercury this week that's very cool, more so in the beginning and with the new moon, is that Mercury working with Lilith and Chiron is gifting us empowered communication, empowered ways of seeing ourselves, and also facing certain difficult situations or relationships that are tied to our like wounding and insecurities, but overcoming those things, right? Sorry, like FG, I can't see the username, sorry. It caught me for some reason, so I just have to read it. Thanks, Rodin, for accepting me in your channel and not man bashing. I know how hard it is for women to allow men in their space. Well, you're very welcome here. My candle's doing weird shit after I just said that. That's interesting. I would show you, but I don't want to like, mess with the camera too much. So I use like little tea lights, and some of the incense fell into my little candle here, and it's like catching the whole thing ablaze. And it only happened just as I was like felt the need to read your comment. That's very fascinating. Anyway, just little signs and synchronicities. I want this to be a welcome space. I do. I mean, obviously there are times I need to like, put some boundaries in place and just like call some things out, as we know. But yeah, I'm not about the man bashing. Don't get me wrong, as a woman, I may have frustrations at times, given whatever's going on in my personal life with men. That happens, just like for anybody. But yeah, that's a whole video in and of itself. But I want to come back to the main stuff here. So with Mercury working with Chiron and Lilith specifically in the beginning of the week with the new moon is really helping us to feel empowered in how we can communicate and actually finding new ways of communicating and being heard and relaying what we need to express and what we need to say. That's also coming with new ideas. And like I said too, it's like situations or relationships or insert here things that you have found historically traumatic or difficult, or they trigger you, you may have an easier time around now and with this new moon to overcome those things and face those things and deal with those things. Not in a way of just like healing, but in a way of like, oh no, I believe in myself and I can do this and I'm fine, right? What's interesting though is by the end of the week, Mercury is in a strange situation in squares with Neptune and the North Node in a way where I'm just gotta keep my eye on the candle. In a way where the mind actually is not going to be our best friend. Okay. This is also why leaning into Venus and the feminine and the heart space is going to be vital by the end by the end of the week, because with that square with Neptune and the North Node with Mercury, the way we're communicating or we're trying to like logic things out or even push things through like in the mental space, it can be illusionary. It can even like, it actually brings up sabotage, like self-sabotage. And with a week of new beginnings, just like ripe for the picking, you could actually talk yourself out of a new beginning, or you could actually talk yourself out of opportunities that you have actually probably been manifesting for yourself or really wanting for yourself. So mastery of the mind that we have learned this last year is so important. And we're hitting the ground running with that particular lesson. And that's what I wanted to mention before when they were like, slow down with Jupiter square Saturn. That is still present, right? It was strongest on December 24th and August 19th of this last year, but it is very strong still by the end of the week. And Jupiter being in Gemini definitely was exacerbating the mental space. I can't wait for Jupiter being Cancer. I cannot wait. Jupiter being in Gemini has been just like, it's been like so much for the mental space. But Jupiter being in Gemini is part of that, and having that be square Saturn and Pisces, it's also bringing up that sense of mastery. But yeah, so just know that by the end of the week, like if you feel like your mind is getting away from you, or you're feeling the need to get up in here to resolve situations or just deal with life, it's best to really be in the heart by the end of this week. Okay. My notes are so crazy looking right now. The other thing I want to mention that's part of the new moon energy in just this entire week is Saturn. Saturn, Pallas Athena, and the Sun are all working together so nicely, and that's part of that devotion. That's also part of the establishing new ways and new foundations, or new ways of creating foundations and routines, etc., that will support us, right, moving forward, but it's in the new way of doing that. And I say that because of Pallas Athena, but also Saturn being in Pisces being part of this, because Saturn in Pisces has been teaching us a lot this year about letting go, shifting our beliefs, being adaptable, being open-minded, surrendering. Surrender is a big word too this week. Surrendering. Even relinquish is a word that's coming through. Whatever Saturn has been doing for you this past year, which summer, probably anything between summer and now, has been highlighting that for you, whatever that is for you. And of course, if you are adept at astrology, you could always look at your chart and just see what house has been really affected by Saturn, right, for you this past year. It would be your house of Pisces, right? Whatever Saturn has been teaching you as far as what you have let go of, what you have released, how you have had your faith tested, right? Things of that nature is actually driving these new ways that you are implementing foundations or new ways of being, okay? Yes, that wanted to be mentioned. Now, we got a lot of interesting things going on with Mars and Pluto, including some dancing around with Vesta, Haumea, and Venus. It's kind of a hodgepodge. It's like for the new moon, it wasn't as crazy looking, but considering the entirety of the week, I was like, oh. It's like, wow, that candle is charred. It's just crazy how that happened. Let me light this next candle here. Make way. Is she there for right now? Okay. Now, Mars opposing Pluto is also working with the North Node in Aries, as we know. Mars being trine the North Node and Pluto being sextile the North Node, which is actually strongest today. Today is the strongest. I want to make that very clear. Pluto being sextile the North Node is about the gates opening, and today it is the strongest. So for anybody who likes to manifest or anybody who wants to be intentional about how they devote, right? Or how you devote, today's the day. Today's the day to get really focused on what those new ways are, and don't forget it, because moments will come up where you feel like how you used to feel, or things feel a little gross, or things feel a little dense, or things are getting disrupted, or things aren't working as well as they had been. Those are the moments to remember your new way of devoting. Don't forget it, because it may be difficult. And Spirit actually put me through that this morning a little bit. And I was like, what is happening? Because like it was so amazing yesterday. And it took me a hot minute, but I came back. But that remembrance to the new, that remembrance to your intentions, that remembrance of how you want to be moving forward, that is what will bring you back. Okay, so just don't forget. Hold on, I need my tea again. Okay. Oh. But let's talk a bit more about Pluto here. So again, Mars opposing Pluto. That, like, even just tuning into it, I'm like, nah. Again, most of this like crunchy energy is happening later in the week, not necessarily today. Okay. But Mars opposing Pluto brings up a lot of ambition and drive and motivation to succeed, or to be recognized for something, to accomplish, if you will, especially the recognition with like Leo being in part of that. Now, that can turn really shadowy really quick. That can also bring about this energy I've been speaking on, where it's like, because Capricorn's about ambition too, and success as well. So it's like, it can be really tempting to just like push. This is not about pushing. We don't need to be pushing anymore. This is part of the collective lesson of all this stuff. We don't need to be pushing at all. It is just about this intentional being, right? So be mindful of that. Something that may come up with this opposition, which again is going to be in place for a hot minute, competition, sexual aggression and frustration, ego battles, things like that. Anger, big anger may be coming up as well. Now, Vesta and Haumea are important here, okay? Vesta is moving into Scorpio this week as well. And so Vesta is actually very close to Haumea already. So it's interesting to see their transition from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, because like Vesta's moving from Libra to Scorpio and then hanging out with Haumea in Scorpio. If you're not familiar with either of those celestial bodies, Vesta is the sacred flame. Vesta rules our blueprints, our missions, our callings, our sense of fulfillment, what makes us excited about life, what gets us like up and going and just like happy to live life, right? Hence sacred flame. Haumea is actually named after a Hawaiian fertility goddess, basically representing like Earth Mother, birthing, sacred birth specifically is written about Haumea. It's a very like strong, like almost like I want to say like all mother archetype kind of vibe. Like when I tune into her, I feel like I'm tuning into Gaia. Like I feel like I'm tuning into the ultimate mother when I'm tuning into Haumea, is how it feels. And with her being in Scorpio, that definitely touches on the death and birth factor of feminine energy and feminine magic and wisdom, but even the process we go through with death and birth. She also rules nature, obviously, and natural resources and things of that nature. But tuning into her lately, with her being in Scorpio and also being in a square with Mars and with Pluto, all I feel from her, not all I feel, for mostly I feel anger and I feel rage, but I do feel like there's this window of opportunity to transmute those things, because they need to be transmuted, especially in terms of how we have been not honoring our own femininity, or not honoring our own ability to just sit in that within ourselves in whatever way that comes up for you, right? I know these are words that we say a lot, and I know that like it's easy to just not even hear it because these words are said so often by so many people, and the meaning kind of gets lost, I think, at a certain point. But when we're speaking on that, it's this like, how do I want to say this? it's our own ability, our own innate ability to have so much trust and so much surrender and so much inner strength and dominion over ourselves and the way that we can just exist. That's feminine energy. It's not about doing. It's not about pushing. It is about how we have this divine right to exist and our divine right to create. Like that is feminine energy. And that was coming up maybe a couple months ago, and I did do some channelings about that. Now, Vesta being there with Haumea amplifies that, because Vesta is all about living out your purpose, which is just being who you are, really. Is like, if you really want to break it down, it's really just about being who you are. But with that, there is this, like, I'm trying not to use the word vengeful, because like I can feel that there, and I feel like that's just like from hurt and shadow, like I can feel that in the collective. But when I tune into it, it feels like two highly feminine celestial bodies, right, joining forces, if you will. Is really how it feels. And then squaring off with the malefic planets of Mars and Pluto, it's very much like, this is our right. Individually, collectively, this is our right, and this is important, and this will be prioritized. Again, your sense of calling or your sense of purpose, your sense of fulfillment, your right to exist, your right to create, and your right to just be without any other external forces forcing you to be anything other than what you are and what you create naturally, right? So it's very interesting. And there's definitely some like earth, nature, environmental stuff tied into that we don't even really need. I don't think we need to really go there. I think that's all very obvious. But Venus. So touching on Venus here as well. So Venus is actually trine Vesta and Haumea. So kind of I just realized three feminine celestial bodies. And who did I call in today? I called in Pavarti, Yamaya, and Kuan Yin. So literally 3 feminine celestial bodies working together. So Vesta moving from Libra to Scorpio, Venus moving from Aquarius to Pisces, and Haumea being in Scorpio are all trine. They're, well, not all trine. They're all working together in a positive way. And so the other thing about this week is when it comes to relationships and connecting, and I mentioned this yesterday, I believe, love and justice were the 2 words that were coming through, and still coming through here as well, will be very supportive, not just to your peace, but also to your own sense of fulfillment and anything that you're doing in terms of this new way of devotion, okay, and the way that we spoke on it earlier, and in terms of your callings and your purpose and all of that good stuff, okay? So that's also highlighting what I was getting at before, where Mars and Pluto and this desire to push, or this tendency, this programming to push, and then disruptions happen, and then we get frustrated and we keep trying to push. This is where we need to lean into. We need to lean into Venus. We need to lean into Vesta. We need to lean into Haumea. It's just leaning into the feminine. That's all it is. And also leaning into love, leaning into justice, leaning into peace, leaning into balance. It's interesting too, because something else that I'm picking up on is also like leaning into people, which is not what I would have expected. But I feel that as well. I would say, this doesn't have to be explicit, but something that I'm just feeling. Like people who have strong water or Libra may actually be great support systems at this time. Not putting that on my water signs and my Librans, but I'm just saying with those energies, it feels like just leaning into the mother, right? Yeah. So enjoy the new ways of devotion and all that yummy stuff. And when things maybe don't go as planned, I know it's going to be very tempting to try to get control of the situation and push. Try to allow yourself to reprogram that instinct of like, wait, if something's flowing in a weird way, let me come back. Let me withdraw my energy. Let me withdraw my focus and come back in and like, just let that be for a while, you know? Because the other thing about Capricorn, and I spoke on this a while ago, I don't speak on it too often, but Capricorn is a future-oriented sign, which is also why it is about future generations and why it is about institutions that support society as a whole, right? And why it's about legacy as well. It's all about the future. It's all about the long game. So even though you are getting used to this new, it is still a long game. there's plenty of time. And don't let that, don't let any distractions or your ego or insecurity make you think otherwise, okay? Okay. Felt a little ending on a heavy note, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get into some of the messages here. Is a collective message even necessary? I'm like, I feel into that. They're saying yes. Okay. All right. Well, I do still have the Animal Spirit Oracle out here because I've really fallen back in love with it. I really have, and it's been very yummy. Okay, so let's see. Let's get a timestamp for the collective. I'm already getting a channeling about time. So this kind of came up a little bit earlier, actually just before this, if you're using the timestamps anyway. Time. So try not to go super cosmic on you guys. I know some of you benefit more from my messages when I am not speaking in such a macro, big picture, cosmic level, when I'm much more in the surface level, right? So when we push like that, and we are forcing things, or we're trying to race, or we're getting in that high intensity masculine energy, because that's the thing too. It's regardless of gender, our society is very masculine oriented, and we teach people how to operate in the masculine regardless of their gender. This is part of also of dealing with that programming. Masculine energy is not a bad thing. We all need masculine energy, but it's about a balance. It's about a balance, right? But time, when we get into that way of push versus taking the energy back in, it does affect how we experience time. And it also actually affects the time that's used and utilized. In a way, it speeds up time when we're pushing like that versus taking stock of the present moment, right? And actually allowing ourselves to be aware and intentional. It slows down time. So some of you may start to learn, if you take more of this approach, that you actually have more time to do the things you want to do, okay? Versus the other way where you feel like there's never enough time. And this is the other thing too about this new moon in particular in relation to Mercury, which is also why today's a great day to evaluate some of this stuff for yourself. Sorry, I just got distracted. Narratives, thank you. This is a great day to be done with certain narratives. Because here's the thing about narratives for those who are new, or you're just kind of getting dabbled into the spiritual world. Hello, welcome. Words are spells. They are. I know a lot of you know this, but some people don't. Words are spells. Narratives are spells. The stories we tell ourselves about ourselves are spells we cast on ourselves. I didn't mean for it. I heard myself say all that, and I'm like, I did not mean for it to sound all cockamamie like that. But I think you guys could follow me. The narratives and stories we tell ourselves about ourselves, that's us casting spells on ourselves. Okay? And our reality. Okay? So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. If you're always there's not enough time, and guess what? There's not going to be enough time, right? This is where discipline of the mind comes in, because discipline of the mind also equates to discipline of communication and your words and your thoughts and your narratives and your stories, okay? Okay, I just wanted to be said. All right, let's get some cards out here. Any messages or insights for the collective? Oh, ALR, thank you. Thank you for the $9.99. Any messages or insights for the collective? Hello from Mexico. Hi. It's exactly what I was saying. There's also the mindset of abundance. Now, that's also, I know, a hot word, and has been, and sometimes it's not going to penetrate your mind. So I'm going to do my best to make sure this actually penetrates your mind here, okay? Koi fish with there is always enough, 36 breaking down to a 9. This is screaming Kuan Yin, by the way. This is that mindset of what I was saying before. It's like your perception of your reality, of time, of how to operate is completely within your control. Control. That's another word I don't really want to use anymore. It's within your capability of shifting that, okay? And when I say this is the mindset of abundance, it's the mindset of plenty. There's enough money. There's enough food. There's enough time. There's enough comfort. mm. Mm. It's also the mindset of I can. And is also what I'm getting there. And with koi fish, that's all flow. That's all surrender, right? It's the mindset of abundance. And the mindset of flow. Sorry, guys. Still clearing stuff. Oh, okay. Also, now that Mercury retrograde post shadow is officially over, I'm hoping this also gets a little better. All right, let's continue. Am I taking these? Yes. Oh, Wombat Spirit, be at home. 68. What is that? Is that a 5? Oh, it's a 5. Be at home. This is giving me big bear energy, even though it's a wombat. I love some of the animals they've included in this deck. This is that feeling of being centered. Being centered, being within, feeling rooted, feeling grounded. And also keep in mind too, like, you may need some extra time this week, and more so again towards the end of the week, to ground and to center, because some of this energy, excuse me, yes, you may experience it very tangibly, like disrupting your work, for example, or disrupting your to-do list or your errands or the project, the thing you had to get done today, whatever it is, right? Excuse me. But it's also something you can experience energetically or emotionally or mentally. There's always enough time. There's always enough time. There's always enough space, okay, for you to recenter yourself. And then Cat Spirit, claim your independence. 13 breaking down to a 4. I love this. And I forgot there's little wings on the cat. I just love it. So cute. The claim your independence with the cat. It feels like claiming space. It's interesting. I said that here too. Like, there's enough space. It does feel like claiming space. There's something else there though. I can feel it. What is that? I'm definitely getting something about people. Now, like I mentioned before, relationships, connections, justice, and love, those two words, in whatever way that means for you, right, are going to be key for support this week. But I feel space from people here. Now, okay, thank you. They're reminding me. So this came up with the new moon live yesterday about measuring. Measuring and discerning people who are your people and people who are not. There's a better way to say that. I feel like I said it more eloquently last night. I'm also just trying to keep like monitoring my throat here. So basically in the live yesterday, and by the way, the New Moon Capricorn live will be available on Vimeo later today. I was trying to upload it before I came live here and it just didn't finish. So when I'm finished here, I'll probably just make sure it gets done. So if you want to access that on Vimeo and you don't want to be a patron, it'll be available. But Patreon's more fun. I'm just being honest. Anyway, The patrons will agree with you. Agree with that. Anyway, sorry. What came up in Patreon yesterday was that there's a very clear intuitive like hit and nudge and support from spirit on helping us discern like who our people are, like who really is in our soul family, or who are we on the same balanced playing field with, energetically, emotionally, spiritually, like all of those things, right? And there definitely is like a taking stock of like, is this balanced? Is this just? Or is this not? Right? In terms of certain relationships in particular. And I'm feeling that here. Also, something that's going to be occurring this week for some people are some very honest conversations. I'm also feeling that here. I'm getting that Queen of Swords energy, actually, with the cat spirit. There's going to be some very clear, honest conversations of how to bring that kind of balance and justice to specific relationships that need that, okay? And whatever those are is going to be unique to everybody. Like any extremes of splitting up, right? Or breaking up, but it's also about friendships and coworkers and family. It's not just about love and romance, okay? It could also be like just setting certain parameters and understandings and getting on the same page with people as far as what your needs are, what your boundaries are, what's okay, what's not okay. Hey, I'm still hurt from this. Hey, can we like deal with this? Hey, can we talk about that, etc. You guys understand what I'm getting at. It's going through the nitty-gritty details of things. They're highlighting contracts. That's something else that was coming up, and I was like, didn't feel the need to talk about it, because to be honest, I actually thought it was a personal message for me, but now I get it. It's collective. Capricorn also deals in not just devotion, but discipline and commitments, because it's also Saturn. Okay, 333 when I set that people in here. By the way, like the video if you're in here, because it's a kind of a gap of like some people, just saying. But Saturn likes us to commit. Okay, so there are contracts on board to do this measuring with. Okay, to do this measuring by. This is also why this cat spirit is out with the independence, because this is about making sure that you are devoting yourself to certain contracts that are truly balanced, truly just, and are truly aligned to you, okay? But there's also negotiations that go with that as well. Okay, very cool. Anything else for the collective, or can I move on to signs? I want to move on to signs. So we're going to do that. Excuse me. It's just energy. I'm trying to figure out which ones I want. I want a third deck. I'm tempted to grab the animal deck, but I'm like, I don't know, like I want to like shake it up because it's a new moon, right? Let me see. No. They're like, use the animal deck. I'm like, okay. Spirit's funny sometimes. Okay, so which element are we doing first? Oh, we're doing air. Okay. Air does go first quite a bit. Alrighty, so we're doing air first, starting with Gemini. Gemini. Any messages or insights for Gemini? They're immediately showing me the elk. We'll see if the elk comes out. Elk is divine masculine principle in this deck, but elk is like the ultimate partner parent card. It's actually called the father in this particular deck. Provider, protector, anchor is actually what I'm hearing. Anchor. Interesting. Okay. Gemini, you could be faced with this role. I want to say you are. Yeah. Oh. This feels like a level up. You're being faced with a level up. Yeah, you're being faced with a level up. of your role. Some of you, this is a milestone. Like some of you, this is about like becoming like a mother, a father, a grandmother, a grandfather. Some of you, it's about becoming your own boss or a boss or getting promoted. Some of you, it's about getting promoted. Excuse me. Some of you, it's about taking on more responsibility, or even taking on more responsibility for other people, taking care of other people. It feels like you're being faced with a level up of your role. That's how it wants to be said. They're also showing me the shark. Hold on a second. By the way, I am a drink goblin, so I have beverages surrounding me at all times. That's why you see me with so many different cups. Just felt the need to mention that. But they're also showing me shark. Oh, this is interesting. So shark to me is a card of fear in this deck in particular. It's that feeling like something is looming or the walls are closing in. It can be an energy of panic, and I am feeling that a little bit, like panic and anxiety, but I actually want to say your tank is too small. And this is why you need to level up. Your tank, your container is too small. The best is having one hot drink and one cold drink. My hot drink has cooled off quite a bit. I almost brought 4 out here, and I'm like, I don't need 4 different beverages. I'm so neurodivergent. I always have my water. I always need something a little bubbly, so I also have sparkling water. And I have my tea because I've been, with the respiratory, so it's my respiratory tea. And I was like, I need my coffee. And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't need 4. Anyway, Gemini. Sorry, let's come back to you. Gemini. Yeah, you need a bigger tank. That's just how it keeps coming through. Some of you, this is about upgrading your vessel too. It's all about upgrades, Gemini. And it's about containers specifically. So upgrading your car, upgrading your vessel. When I say vessel, I mean your body. Upgrading your home, upgrading your reality. Your reality is a container. Upgrading your work in the way that I described before, like maybe getting promoted. It's like that's what's coming through. They're bringing me back to the body for you, Gemini. God, these readings are going to be long today. I can already tell. Just fine. I love it. Yeah, they're bringing back to your vessel, Gemini. A lot of you, it's like your body's been telling you, your body's been telling you through pains and aches or things like that we need a shift. We're holding on to too much. Oh, interesting. We're holding on to too much is what's coming through. Keep in mind too, for those who are new, when I'm channeling for a lot of people, okay? So you probably shouldn't resonate with 100% of everything I say, because not every single channel message is for the same person, okay? Ooh, there it is. There's your potential, Gemini. Snake. This literally speaks of potential that you have not been utilizing or that you're not tapping into yet. There's also a card of Kundalini awakenings and ascensions, also awakenings in general. But yeah, Gemini, it's time for your level up, and it's time for you to utilize all of your potential is how it's coming through. Hence the bigger tank analogy as well. It's almost like I almost want to say you're like a shark in a fish pond. It's like you need the ocean, right? You need this change. You need this shift. They keep highlighting the body. Your body will feel better. Your body will feel better. It's interesting too. Hold on, they're stopping me. So they want me to just sometimes they allow me to not allow. They've been kind of strict about it lately, but they encourage me to share certain examples from my own life to also relay the message and give you confirmation as well. So for example, a lot of people have made comments about how often I move. Y'all don't know my life, just saying. But there have been many times where I have outgrown that place energetically to where I need to energetically be somewhere else. And it's like that same kind of feeling. It's like that's gotten too small. The container's gotten too small, and I need something bigger. I need something where I can almost move more energy. And that's also what's coming through here as well, Gemini. And I keep getting your body's been telling you, your body's been telling you, your body's been telling you. Your body, keep saying the body. Your body needs this change. Let's see. Vulture. Death magic is what I like to call this card. Very scorpionic, but it's change, it's transformation, it's death, and it's birth. And again, you need this change. So it's not shocking that's out here. But then we have turtle. Oh, which I really like. Turtle's elder to me. It's kind of interesting, right? Because elk is kind of elder in a way too. But this is a very different kind of elder. This is almost like grandmother kind of elder energy. Primordial, soft primordial grandmother energy. Of pace. Sorry, my hair is distracting me. Of pacing. And gentility. Feminine. Gemini, for some of you, this is going to involve embracing more of divine feminine energy. Excuse me. Which is very collective. Okay. We have Hawk on the bottom, being spiritually guided. All right, let's pull out some tarot. Tell me about snake for Gemini. Judgment. Using Lightseer's tarot, by the way. Which I don't know if it's still linked below, because I was like planning on getting rid of some decks, and I think I thought I was going to get rid of that one, so I don't know if that's linked down below anymore. Which, by the way, if you guys could leave comments about like the decks that I'm using, if you want to check them out and they're not listed below, please tell me in the comment section. Anyway, Judgment coming out here with snake. Yeah, this is a big push if I've ever seen one from Spirit. Judgment can be about awakenings. I was going to say revivals. Sorry. And even endings. But it's karmic energy. It's also, sorry. It's also spirit. It's spirit giving a giant push. A giant nudge. This is screaming awakening to me, Gemini. Ascension activation. That's what that's screaming to me. It's time to utilize all your potential. And I feel resistance on your end. Like you've known this or you've been aware on some level, but you feel like you haven't been ready. It's time. It's time. Tell me about Vulture for Gemini. My God. Oh, okay. Geminis, I'm giving you a hug this week, okay? This is intense. Vulture with Tower. You have Judgment and Tower. Yeah, totally screaming awakenings, ascensions, activations, push. A push. I don't want to say Spirit's going to force you. I don't want to say that. But this feels pretty inescapable. I mean, it's kind of like what I was getting before. It's like if the container's too small, it's too small. Like if you're a shark in a little fish pond, you're going to grow to the point where you break the pond, right? Like that's kind of what I'm getting here, metaphorically speaking. Again, I don't want to say you're being forced, but it just feels inevitable. It's inevitable that you see this. It's inevitable that this movement happens for you. This level up happens for you. It just feels I don't like the word chaotic. Well, disruptive. It feels disruptive and it feels fast. That this level up is happening. Some of you, this is purely like in your body, okay? Some of you, this may touch on health, so just be mindful of that. Others of you, it's like it may happen in your external reality where something big shifts or even falls apart. It may even be a disappointment, but it pushes you to level up. So just another way to look at it. Tell me about Turtle. Ay. Oh, we're going to look into that. Page of Swords and Seven of Swords. I did not expect that. with Turtle of all cards. Because Turtle, like I said, there's a wisdom in pacing, there's a wisdom in flow, there's a wisdom in surrender, elder wisdom with that as well. But Page of Swords and Seven of Swords, that just feels like sabotage, to be honest. It does. It feels like sabotage. Could be self-sabotage, being aware of your own self-sabotaging behavior, being made aware of that. Sabotaging thoughts is also what I'm getting here, which was something that was coming up, right? Hello, son. That's something that was coming up. Sabotage of the mind, sabotage of narratives, sabotage of stories. But some of you, this Tower, if it's external to you, may be because of, well, some kind of shady thing. I think most of you, it's about the mental space, though. Okay? And when this Tower happens, whether it's internal, damn it. Hold on. Oh. Whether it's internal or external, don't fall prey to the mind, okay? Don't fall prey to the mind. Get in your heart. What's your heart telling you about the whole situation? Because it's pushing you to elevate. Sorry. It's pushing you to elevate, okay? All right, let's move on. Oh, Libra. All right. Libra. Libra. Any messages or insights for Libra at this time? Hold on, I gotta take this ring off. It keeps pulling off my finger. Okay. Libra. Getting a lot of green. A lot of green with you. Obviously, in the time of nature, it can be really helpful for you. You are the sign of balance, and balance is very needed this week. But they keep showing me green. Green is also the heart space. Libra. Any messages or insights for Libra for this week? Libra, I feel like you're going to be extra Libra this week. I do. I feel a lot of like caring for the self, some self-pampering, smelling the roses. Oh, Tiger. So Libra, I definitely feel like you're self-focused this week, which is not super Libran, but it's necessary. It's necessary. With Tiger coming out here, this is divine feminine wisdom, but this is also very Queen of Wands to me. It's ferocity. It's also the card of spiritual awakening. It's also passion and sensuality. And I feel like you are allowing yourself to be in this for yourself. That's how this feels to me for you. Like you're almost able to move into Tiger because you're allowing yourself to restore and regenerate and take care of yourself. I love it. You're moving into a very empowered position here, Libra. You may be very attractive to people at this time. Not like you're ever not. You're Libra. Let's be real about it. Otter. Ooh. 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups, Lover's energy. Otter is the card of being unconditionally loving. Receiving that, giving that, and also speaks of tribe and monogamous relationships. Interesting. So with these two cards together, I keep feeling you're just really in your own energy and you're just loving on yourself and you're giving a lot to yourself and it's restorative. They're showing me the 4 of Swords. It's restorative for you. You're in such an amazing energy too of not just love, because we talked about that, but like mana. Yeah, love and mana. And it's all for you. It's all for yourself. Can I get a third card for Libra, please? It's going to be hard for people not to sense this with you. Even if you're not like interacting a lot with people this week. Some of you are because you are social. You are Libra. Whether you're socializing with people or not, they're going to sense this with you. Okay. Can I get a third card for Libra? For those who are clairaudient, that may be more sensitive at this time as well. I just got this, like, not hypervigilance. It's like, it's a sensitivity. Actually, very cat-like. Some of you guys, cats may be coming up a lot for you at this time. Oh, yep, Gazelle. I heard sitting pretty. Gazelle is a 3 of Wands energy. It's anticipation, right? It's taking a stance and observing. Yeah, it's taking a stance and observing. Again, people may be watching you because people are feeling you, and you're not giving out your energy too much. It's really just for yourself. Okay. Tell me about Tiger. Tell me about Tiger for Libra. Am I taking this? Ah, interesting. 3 of Cups. Feel good. Ace of Cups is also trying to make an appearance here. I keep getting it's all for you. Now, 3 of Cups is normally dealing with other people. Normally. It's like a social energy, but it's also the energy of joy. I'm hearing rejoice. Rejoice. I keep feeling it's just for yourself. Again, if you are dealing with other people, you know, but you are in good vibes, Libra. You're in good vibes. I feel like you're celebrating life right now, and it's all for yourself. I want to get one more card. Can I get one more card for Tiger and the 3 of Cups, please? Again, like the sensitivity. Your own intuitive and psychic sensitivity is going to be amplified this week. I can't shake it. So you may also be perceiving people perceiving you. You may also be a little bit more aware of people who are thinking about you at this time, even talking about you. I keep getting a social energy around you, but there's so much of containment of self. All right, tell me about Tiger. One more for Tiger and 3 of Cups for Libra. This is a feel-good week for you. The Fool. Remember what I was saying earlier too with the astrology, right? Like Libra and water signs may be really good like counsel or support systems this week. I think people do feel that with you, but I feel like you're being very like, oh, how do I want to say it? Even if you are showing up for people, I just keep getting the self-containment. The Fool with the 3 of Cups is throwing yourself into joy. It's throwing yourself into rejoicing life and loving life and feeling carefree, feeling fearless. I'm so happy the sun is out. It feels really nice. Not the greatest for lighting right now, but that's okay. I'll take it. This is awesome. I love it. This is awesome. If any of you have had concerns about FOMO, I don't think that's gonna be a thing for you this week at all. I'm also picking up on that. Because there's for a lot of you, there's new sources of joy, even. Like the way you enjoy joy is different now. The psychic, I can't get away from the psychic component. Some of you may be having dreams or visions too about certain people in your life or certain people about to come into your life. You know who you are, for whoever needs to hear that. This is also part of that discernment energy too of this week of measuring up, like who is and who isn't. Who is like my family, who is my tribe, who is not. Who is balanced with me, who is not. Who can rejoice with me and who should not. That's also happening as well. Interesting. King of Wands at the bottom, and that Tiger is the Queen of Wands energy for me. Let's look at Otter. Looking at Otter now. Ooh. Sorry, Libra, not sorry. I'm getting butterflies. Butterflies is very 6 of Cups. I'm getting butterflies. Tell me about Otter for Libra. I'm hearing the fear has melted away. And I felt that already with the Fool. The fear has melted away. Tell me about Otter. Some of you, this is actually a big shift for you. Like maybe you were really struggling with a lot of fear and suddenly it's just like non-existent. Could also be someone else around you. Tell me about Otter for Libra. There's that 4 of Swords that I was feeling with you. Restorative. I feel like this is going to be the first thing that actually takes place for you, Libra, is taking that time and space for yourself. This is definitely solo time. This is not like going out and doing a lot. This is really being within yourself. Some of you actually have gone through some healing recently, if you haven't already, and I think that's about the fear I was sensing. Like there was fear and suddenly it's melted away. It's only melting away in the Four of Swords when you're allowing yourself to take care of yourself. Tell me more about Otter. I want to get 2 cards for each of these for you, Libra. Tell me more about Otter and the Four of Swords. Yeah, oh, Libra. Oh, yeah, that feels good. With the Page of Cups. So again, restorative, but it's also restoring your heart. It's also restoring your heart. All right, let's look at Gazelle. You're observing something in Gazelle. You're kind of observing something in the Tiger energy as well, but you're observing something too in Gazelle. Let's see. The Moon. Ooh. Intuition. A lot of intuition for you in this reading for you this week, but I'm also getting that you are, again, sussing out. You're measuring up. Measuring up people, situations, etc. Is this balanced? Is this not? But I also feel like you're aware that not everything is obvious. So what's behind the moon then? What are you trying to see behind the moon? You're trying to see something behind the moon. What's behind the moon? Hermit. Some of you could have a Virgo moon placement, not necessarily. That's interesting. So remember what I was getting about other people? I'm kind of picking that up here with Moon and Hermit. This does feel like hiding, but it's weird. I don't actually think it's your energy. There may be people, there may actually be someone who's like doing the same thing as you, or similar, not same, similar, where you take space. There may be someone else taking space too. If you're going through any sort of like break or like separation with somebody, or again, you're taking your time, so maybe your friends are taking their time too. I'm getting that a little bit. I'm getting that a little bit. A hiding away. People may perceive you as hiding. You're not hiding. You're just taking care of yourself. But some of you, there's another person in your life who's like, I want to say actively hiding. Yeah. That's interesting. And it may be in response to you taking space. Like you take space, so somebody goes and hides. Interesting. All right, let's move on. Man, I'm getting real sucked into the readings today. Oh, I guess not too bad. It's only like, that was like 10 minutes. Didn't feel like it. Okay. Aquarius. What's going on for my aquas? The sun becomes you. Oh, thank you. It is nice that it's out today. And it does feel good. When it comes out, I definitely appreciate it more, like where I'm at now. Oh, actually the skies are really clear today. Good thing I got errands to do. The sun looks amazing. Oh, Alejandro, you gotta go. Oh, okay. Bye. See you later. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius. I'm getting the word blue, which is interesting because I wanted to say, oh, it must be the color. It might not be. Maybe you're blue. Maybe some of you are connecting with blue beings. Something about the word blue specifically. Oh, we got bear immediately for my aquas. You may be taking a little time too. Bear is a card of strength and stamina, but specifically speaks to hibernation and taking restorative time. I can feel a strength from there though. Ooh. Aquas, with your energy, I'm getting a really awful pain. Some of you guys maybe need to go to the dentist. Wow. Oh. I can help if moderators are wanted. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Barbie. Here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Aqua. Yeah, some of y'all need to go to the dentist. Interesting. Okay. Any messages or insights for Aquarius? Oh, Aqua, what is happening? We have Rabbit. Rabbit is a card of hypervigilance and fear in this deck. It also speaks to like fertility and luck, but not in this deck. But as a general medicine, it does. It's interesting because blue, the word blue, I want to say like you're feeling blue, or something could be making you feel blue, but I want to say it's because you're actually running from something. It's because you're actually avoiding something, and the avoidance is making you kind of sad. What are you freaked out by? Aqua, any other messages or insights for Aquarius? Owl. Okay, Aqua, you got some interesting cards today. This is High Priestess energy. This is intuition. This is the Night Eagle. This is seeing the light in the dark, seeing truth that's been hidden away. Actually kind of akin to Libra, right? It's like a little bit of moon energy coming through with Owl. This is interesting. So similar to Libra, where I was kind of feeling like someone hid in reaction to Libra taking space. I'm almost wondering if this owl's not you. Okay, this is like, I think there's something going on with Libra and Aquarius, which astrologically there is. So that does make sense. Yeah, so that does make sense because Pluto being an Aquarius is and Venus being an Aquarius are working with Vesta that's going from Libra to Scorpio. So there is something happening here with Libra and Aquarius because I feel like the owl's representing somebody who's aware of you, Aqua, who's aware of you, and that you are dealing with some stuff this week. Okay. All right. Let's get some cards. Let's get some tarot out here. I really want to get into that rabbit. I can feel it. The rabbit is like representing something that you're avoiding because it freaks you out. Let's see. Currently playing the piano to make me feel better. Ooh, and move some energy from the back of my head and neck. I wish I could play piano. That's amazing. That's an amazing skill to have. It's a gift. Tell me about rabbit for Aquarius. Tell me about rabbit for Aquarius. Responsibility. Some kind of responsibility is freaking you out. With the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. Knight of Pentacles is the most responsible knight. The Knight of Pentacles is the right-hand man, is the most reliable, consistent knight. And I would even argue court card in the deck because he represents the right hand. He represents being the guardian, the gatekeeper. But it is a very high level of responsibility, and it's not sitting well with you, or it's like you don't really, it's making me feel like that, and I feel like it's making you want to run away. Can I get a card for the Knight of Pentacles and rabbit for Aquarius? Whoa. Okay. Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. We have Virgo and Pisces here. Virgo and Pisces are the complements / opposites of each other, right? The 1/7s. When I say that, first house, 7th house is what I mean when I say that. Which usually indicates that it is about you and another person. Oh, that's a car. Aqua, you know there's a responsibility of some kind. For whatever reason, it freaks you out, but the fact that the Knight of Cups is here, I want to say this. It's something you actually care about. I think you're making it bigger than yourself. I think you're making it bigger and harder than it needs to be. Because I'm hearing the word insurmountable. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But just the sheer responsibility of it is making you backpedal. Let's look at bear for Aquarius. Oh, Jesus, the Tower. Is the Tower triggering the responsibility? Yes. Yes. So the Tower is a card of disruptions, awakenings, change, sudden events. That's what the Tower is. It can also be a card of epiphany and realizations. So Aqua, the Tower that's here, it could be an internal realization of what you care about, right? Some of you, it can be an event that actually puts you in a position to be responsible for something, to rise to the occasion, so to speak, and you just don't know if you can. The fact that bear is coming here with the Tower tells me that you are probably taking some space or hermiting to deal with this. Or not deal with this, really. I keep getting avoidance. Can I get a card for bear and Tower for Aquarius? Some of you may realize that a mistake was made, which is also why you're like, oh, do need to take care of this, but I don't know how to take care of it. Some of you, that's the case. Tell me about bear and Tower for Aquarius. We got two more. Oh, yeah. 8 of Cups and the 3 of Swords. This sends you running. I don't want to say it like that. I know how that sounds. But with the 8 of Cups is emotional movement of leaving something behind or trying to go towards something. But 3 of Swords, there's pain attached to that movement. There's pain and discomfort attached to that movement. Yeah, I just keep getting like, this Tower's made you want to run. This Tower's made you want to like hide or take shelter. And some of you, the Tower is realizing that you potentially caused a 3 of Swords energy, which is why you're like, oh, I do need to take responsibility for this, but you don't know how, and it feels insurmountable. So that's like the different ways I'm getting it. And again, it's gonna be different for everybody. The Tower doesn't have to be emotional. It could be like a very tangible event, okay? But it is making you realize that the Knight of Pentacles is an energy that you need to rise into to balance the situation. It's just taking responsibility. That's all it is. All right, Owl. Let's look at the Owl. I keep getting that the Owl's not really your energy. It's almost like an onlooker. Could even be a guide. Tell me about Owl for Aquarius. It's a knowing. Yeah, the Owl is holding this knowing, but I don't feel like it's you. Tell me about the Owl for Aquarius. Justice, the knowing of the balance that's required here. It's interesting because I kept feeling the Owl's not you. The Owl is absolutely an energy that can help you. Some of you, this is a friend or a mentor, and they can help you with this. Some of you, it's a guide to help you restore the balance here, to rise to the occasion. Can I get another card for Owl and Justice? Eight of Swords. Fear. Yeah, the Owl is the key for you getting over your fear and making this right. Whatever way you need to make this right. Whatever way you need to rise into that Knight of Pentacles energy. I keep getting guide, mentor, friend. You could even try to embody this yourself. I keep feeling like it's not you. Okay, wow, what a reading. All right, Aqua, good luck. Good luck with that. All right, let's move on. Fire, earth, or water? Oh, I'm actually feeling my water signs. Okay, we're going to start with Cancer. All right. Cancer babies, crabby crabs. What's going on for my Cancers for this week? I feel like you guys are busy. I feel like you're moving and grooving. Cancer. Any messages or insights for Cancer this week? Whoa. Am I taking these? Yes. Okay. Hyena and fox. This is totally reminding me of the cockamamie-ness of the mind that may come up this week, because fox is actually very intellectual energy. It's actually one of my Gemini cards. For the fox is observant. Sorry, I can't speak for a second. Is observant, quick-witted, fast on their feet, can turn on ahead if they need to. It's actually a partner card in this deck. Hyena is my Seven of Swords card. Hyena is a card of a mask. Starting to feel like it's a person. Hold on. It is reminding me of the cockamamie-ness of the mind that may be coming up this week, but it's also making me feel like someone has a mask on, and it's very intentional. Like they intentionally do not divulge. That just wants to be on the side, so let's keep pulling other cards. I feel like you're busy. Oh my god, another card of a mask. And it landed right on the hyena and the fox. Okay. Cancer. This feels like a giant mask to me. This could be you. It could be someone you're dealing with. But the fact that this landed right on top of these two, and it's another masking card, there's really no other mask cards in this deck, okay? Is screaming mask. That's what it's screaming. Some of you could have patterns of masking, patterns of, I'm getting Five of Pentacles, scarcity mindset, which is like lack of abundant mindset that you're facing this week. I keep feeling like you're busy. So I'm starting to wonder, I feel like for a lot of you, this is someone around you. I don't feel like that's you. But if this is resonating, then it's resonating. So take it as it resonates, okay? I want to get into the other energy I was feeling with you. Gazelle coming out again. Three of Wands, observing. Something more for Cancer. Cosmic egg. Yeah, this is starting to feel more like your energy. Can I get a third for Cancer? Because I feel like you're energetic, like you're fiery, like you're doing a lot right now, or doing a lot this week. Can I get a third for Cancer? Very interesting. So, okay. Water signs. Of course, you guys have these kinds of reads today. A lot of cards came out for you, Cancer. A lot. So first of all, I feel like this is absolutely what I was feeling for you intuitively. We have Gazelle, we have Cosmic Egg, Dragon, the Crown, and the Solar. Very fiery energy, which is exactly what I was feeling with you. Hummingbird, which is a burst of vitality and positive energy. Cancer, I absolutely feel like this is your energy. And I feel like there's something interesting going on here. I'm feeling it two different ways, and we'll talk about it. But as far as your energy goes, you're clearly in a space of expansion, is what I'm seeing. And I keep getting fire, 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 fire. With the Solar and the Crown and this particular Solar card of the Dragon with the eye, there's also some opening up of your own intuition that's happening as well. But you're clearly expanding in some way. And what landed between that and this energy was Tarantula. Tension and stress and Two of Wands. So there's two ways that I'm getting this. So again, take it as it resonates. I feel like you're over here in expansion. Some of you are going to be in that level of expansion by dealing with your own masking, scarcity mindset, insecurity stuff. Okay? The reason the tarantula is there in the middle is because it's like it's an inner conflict that's happening between this version of you and where you're trying to go. Almost like you're in an in-between. So that's for some of you. Others of you, you're over here in fiery expansion land, and someone you know is really holding on to a mask, and there's tension between you. Okay, so these are the two ways that's coming through. I mean, we knew relationships with Venus were gonna be happening this, like relationship shit was gonna be happening this week, but here we go. Let's go ahead and pull some cards. I'm gonna start with the tarantula. Yep, there it is. Chariot and Five of Wands, inner conflict. Or just conflict and tension and competition with the Five of Wands. And Chariot with Tarantula. It's basically like Cancer, how to move beyond the Five of Wands. How to move beyond either your own internal conflict of self, of the expansion you're trying to have into who you are in that fiery way versus the mask that's trying to get dismantled, the two versions of self that are pulling on you, or an actual conflict or tension you're having between you and someone else. It's about how you move beyond that. Okay? Let's look over here, because some of you, it's about you moving from this state to the expanded state, and some of you, this is someone you're dealing with. Okay? So let's look at this. Hyena, fox, and raccoon. Queen of Wands was trying to come out. Hyena, fox, and raccoon for Cancer. Interesting. Four of Wands coming out over here. Four of Wands is my card of abundance and stability, the doorway to that, and maintaining that. I keep getting a holding over here. I'm getting like Four of Pentacles now. I'm getting a holding. So whether this is an old version of you that you are evolving out of, or this is someone you're dealing with, this energy is trying to hold. This energy is trying to maintain. Okay. Tell me more. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is about obligations, commitments, contracts, belief systems, values, ethics, institutions, religion, spirituality. Again, feels like holding. Four of Wands and Hierophant actually screams like marriage and like strong commitments and relationships. I just keep getting holding to the way, holding to the way. It's highlighting what I was talking about earlier about this like week with, especially with the new moon Capricorn, the new ways of devoting. This is holding on to the old way. This is holding on to the old way of devotion, of working. Can I get one more? Interesting. Temperance coming in here. Temperance is a card of balance. I just felt the need to get really quiet. Temperance is a card of balance, moderation. Temperance, I feel like, is going to be key to moving out of this old way. If this is about you transitioning, okay? If this is about someone that you're dealing with, I feel like they are being guided to balance, to, well, yeah, for moderation of that. To not hold so tightly, to not hold so strongly. Can I get a fourth card? And then we'll move on to the expanded you. I'm feeling the Devil. I'm not seeing it, but I'm feeling it. Whoa, got two more. Really? Temperance, and then Queen of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. That, well, this is Capricorn, but Queen of Pentacles is also that more feminine, right? More feminine way of going about things. And Nine of Cups is fulfillment, wish fulfillment. So again, whether this is an old version of you or a version of you that you're transitioning out of, it's all about what I was saying before about a new way of devoting. To loosen the grip, if you will, on how things have gone, or like how you believe things should be or should operate, and kind of lean into more of the feminine, and that's going to bring about more peace. Okay, and that is how you get over or move beyond any sort of internal conflict or stress or tension with this. Okay, now let's move into the expanded you. Two of Wands. Okay. Two of Wands implies that there's some new opportunities to decide between, or at least one, or a new path to decide on. But I think that's because you're shifting here, because you are going through an expansion. So there is more available to you. When we expand, we have more available to us. Oh, Cancer. Oh, very yummy. Very yummy. Two of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. I think the Ace of Wands and Two Wands came out last night, if I'm not mistaken. But with the 10 of Pentacles being right there, that is about your future. That's about your legacy. Very much on par with this week. And seeing the new possibilities and new ways of experiencing that. And also being very excited and fired up for it too. Very nice. Very nice. So again, if this is about your own evolution and transition, you're going from a way of like holding, right? Holding on to the old way, holding on to how things should be, etc. And you're getting more relaxed and balanced with it. And that's allowing you to expand, and that's allowing you to see what else is possible. Very nice. Very nice, Cancer. Okay. Trust is huge there. Trust is huge there. And again, some of you, that was about a connection or relationship. And this is about just making that choice to be more open, okay, for yourself. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. What's going on for my Scorps? Scorpio. Any messages or insights for Scorpio? Scorpio, the eagle's coming through pretty strong, which is your innate animal anyway. Exalted Scorpio can be eagle or phoenix. But eagle is coming through very strong for you. I almost want to say like you're taking flight, or you're learning to take flight this week, metaphorically speaking. Yeah, with that, it feels like there's a lightness to you, Scorpio. A lightness looking at the big picture, and it feels relaxed. It feels good. And if you're not feeling this, I think eagle would be a great animal to work with. Okay. Stars may be significant for you. They're showing me stars. Scorpio, any messages like reaching for the stars, flying towards the stars? Oh my God, I'm not taking it. I don't want to take the gazelle. It's just come out so much. If it comes out again, fine. Scorpio. Cosmic egg. Okay. Cosmic egg is the crown chakra. It is reaching this like climax or pinnacle of spiritual growth and development. Can also be a card of awakening as well. It's definitely a card of expansion. Scorpio. Any messages or Nyx? Nyx is coming up. So you guys may be working with Nyx or about to work with Nyx. Which is interesting because that's very night to me, which actually is very Scorpio. But with eagle coming through, eagle to me feels very daytime, very like sun, which is kind of interesting. You could be working with the polarities there. Scorpio, Scorpio. Really? Lizard. Lizard is a hypersensitivity. Like it's my empath overload card. Your senses are very sensitive, Scorpio. Scorpio, some of you, this is a birthing experience for you. I just keep getting you're sensing so much. I mean, you already do because you're Scorpio, but it seems to be hyper. It seems to be just extra for you this week. And even with like the egg and the lizard, I almost feel like you are hatching. Like something for you is hatching. Something for you is emerging. Yeah. It's interesting. We get birds and snakes and eggs and lizards. So that whole family of animals can mean something to you. Like reptile-like creatures, right? I'm hearing dinosaurs. Okay. Third card for Scorpio, please. Whoa. Hey. And there you are taking flight with the hawk. Hawk is being spiritually guided. I was like, oh, if eagle was on the bottom, that would have been perfect. Golden egg, though, another egg, which is the heart chakra. Yeah, Scorpio, something is emerging for you this week. I keep getting something very new, even if it's a new version of you. Some of you, it's an idea. Or even a belief is like coming up, breaking out, breaking open, and happening for you. It feels like a new beginning. Something just new. Something so super new. And Spirit is right there with you, helping you. But I keep getting it's helping you take flight, almost like you're a little baby bird hatching out of the egg and you're about to take flight is how it's feeling. But again, it could be in the form of a new idea or opportunity, or even just a new you or new way of you. Interesting. Okay. Tell me about cosmic egg for Scorpio. Sorry, Scorps, hold on. Tell me about cosmic egg for Scorpio. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I can't take all of these because they vomited at me, but we have Hanged Man, the Star, the Hermit, and the World. 4 majors spit out at me, but the Tower landed on the table. So we're taking the Tower, but just know that Hanged Man, Hermit, Star, and the World also came out. So yeah, Scorpio, this is a hatching. Okay. This is definitely a hatching. And again, for some of you, it could be an epiphany, a new idea is hatching as a result of this, or a new you, an awakening, if you will. But I just feel hatching. That's what keeps coming through, like hatching, hatching, hatching. Can I get a card for the Tower and cosmic egg for Scorpio? Some of you, it's like an epiphany or a clarity you've been wanting for a really long time. Can I get one more for cosmic egg and Tower for Scorpio? Whoa, well, there you are. There you are, Scorpio. King of Cups is the Scorpio card. Wow. Scorpio. It feels like you have reached a mastery. It's a mastery of some kind, and now you're hatching into the next. Almost want to say some of you evolving into the next. So much going on here. Some of you, this is a psychic mastery. Some of you, this is a self-love mastery. Some of you, this is mastery of emotional regulation, emotional maturity, spiritual maturity. I'm also getting mastery of discipline, of self is also coming through. Something can also hit you strong in dream time or meditation. I would really encourage you take some time this week because it might hit you then. I heard when the world is quiet. They're also highlighting Nyx and night and stars again for that. When the world is quiet, this is when this cracking might happen. Some of you may also get clarity on somebody in your life, and when you do, it's going to be really in your face. Okay, it's not subtle. This is not subtle. This is why cracking, the hatching of the egg was coming through, because this is not subtle. This is instantaneous. It's like lightning. Wow. All right, tell me about Lizard for Scorpio. This is like, yeah, this feels like overwhelm a little bit of being overstimulated. I mean, when you think about it too, right? It's like when babies are born, or like animals, you know, are born or hatched out of the egg. It's like the world is a very overwhelming place, right? Lizard. Ooh, King of Pentacles. King of Cups and King of Pentacles, Scorpio. I love seeing that on the board. Because King of Cups, like I said, is that like mastery of the spiritual and the emotional and the self. King of Pentacles is a mastery of the material plane. So to have mastery of the physical and the non-physical on the board at the same time, right next to each other, is kind of a big deal. Tell me more about Lizard with the King of Pentacles. Interesting. With the King of Pentacles, we have 4 of Cups and the Page of Wands. Let me sit in with that a little bit more. The sensitivity I was getting with you, Scorpio, may force you to go into King of Pentacles, 4 of Cups energy, which feels meditative. It feels insulating, contemplative, reflective even, but it feels like, you know, just taking space for you. is what that feels like. And what is born of that is the Page of Wands. This is also part of the cracking of the Tower and the King of Cups. What is born is sense of adventure, vitality, passion, excitement for the new. Again, a new idea, a new passion, a new you that's adventurous and just full of life and ready. Very much like when a child, like a childlike energy is restored that you haven't had in a long time. Okay. Tell me about Hawk for Scorpio. Tell me about Hawk for Scorpio. I'm also getting to Scorpio as far as like, I feel like I'm tuning into like a group of Scorpios that also have been a hermit, or like historically just been very like isolated. That's not the case. It's not the case anymore. Wow. Six of Cups in the Fool for the Hawk. Six of Cups is energy of the soul, is how I like to describe the Six of Cups, because it is actually Scorpio energy. But it's the card of like past nostalgia, childhood, family patterns, kindred spirits, butterflies, if you will. It's the energy of the soul. I feel like all of this is helping you to, or I don't want to say not helping you, but like all of this is part of you. Damn it. Sorry, Scorpio. To embark on a new experience of yourself, a new experience of your essence, a new experience of adventure and inspiration and vitality. That's what it feels like. Especially with the Fool there. I want to get one more card for that. There's also liberation of a painful past, Scorpio. Full liberation is what I'm hearing. Full liberation of a painful past. Am I taking these? No. Just give me one more card for Six of Cups and the Fool. Yep, Eight of Wands. Unstoppable movement. Eight of Wands is inevitable, unstoppable movement forward. That's why it's also travel. That's why it's also communication. Scorpio. Wow. Wow. I'm also hearing there's enough love. I don't know why, Swim, you needed to hear that. Hold on a second. Oh. Ay. There's enough love. Ooh. Wow, talk about expansion, Scorpio. I mean, look at that. That is just like, that's like a rocket taking off. Congratulations, Scorpio. All right. Moving on to Pisces. Ooh. Okay. Pisces. Just got a craving for seafood. Is that strange? A Pisces reading. Oh, seafood. Yummy. Nom, 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 nom. Pisces. Any messages or insights for Pisces? Oh, that was so bizarre. Okay. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Pisces, I feel like you're in a good spot. I feel like the energies that we have right now and the energies that we are going to be experiencing moving forward, at least for winter, are going to be really working in your favor. Neptune, I don't know if I mentioned this in the astrology portion, but Neptune's actually starting to work with the North Node while it's in Pisces before the North Node switches to Pisces. Leaning into Pisces right now is also going to be good for people. Also, Venus is moving into Pisces as well, as we know, right? I feel like Pisces, you're just getting pushed more in your natural energy And I'm just feeling nice, ooey gooey heart energy with you. Pisces. Any messages or insights for Pisces? Interesting. Cobra and Peacock. I'm hearing breakdown with this, not in a bad way at all. Not at all. Cobra is like a Saturn energy. It's like mentor, teacher kind of vibes. Peacock is a card of beauty and grace in this deck, but it's, for me personally, it is a little bit of like a surface level kind of an energy. What's getting broken down here for Pisces? I don't even think you're worried about it. It's like, what I keep feeling with you is like, feels really good. So I don't think you're even worried about whatever this is. But something is disintegrating. But I think you're fine with that. Wait a minute. Can I get another card, please, for Cobra and Peacock? What is breaking down here? Oh, well, that's why you're okay with it. That's why you're okay with whatever's breaking down here, because it's gifting you this. Unicorn and Hawk. So kind of similar to Scorpio, you're taking flight as well. Some of you, your third eye is getting very, very strong and very clear and very open. Whatever is breaking down in and around your life, you are happy about it, actually, because it's giving you exactly what you need, and it's making you feel lighter. It's making you feel more like yourself. It's making you feel more like yourself, which is why you're fine with it. Anything else for Pisces? I don't even really want to focus. Oh, I got cut off. I don't even really want to focus on that too much for you, because you don't even seem to care. Anything else for Pisces? We'll pull cards on it. I can tell you just don't really care. Anything else for Pisces? Am I taking these? No. One more card for Pisces, please. Yeah. Okay. Zebra. The authentic self. The eccentric self. The zebra has a lot of fun. The zebra goes to parties. The zebra waves their freak flag and people love them for it. Yeah. Pisces, it doesn't even matter. It matters. It doesn't matter what that is. You're happy that it's breaking down. You're happy that it's not going to be a thing. You may have been involved in something that was superficial or surface, or something you had to pander to, like where you couldn't really be yourself. That's what I'm getting with you. Like, whatever this is, it's that the fact it's leaving, you can be more of yourself now. It does feel very obligatory. All right, let's go ahead. Maybe it took you a while to realize that. Well, no, some of you, that's the case. Some of you guys, it took you a while to realize whatever this represents for you wasn't really doing you any favors. All right, well, tell me, what about Cobra and Peacock? Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, well, death. I love when the cards work like that. Again, it's breaking down. You also have Ace of Cups at the bottom. Again, it's going to be repetitive, but it's just allowing you to be free, and it's allowing you to be you, whatever it represents. Hierophant. We've established the Hierophant. It's been coming out a lot too lately. Sorry, the cards vomited everywhere. Death with the Hierophant with Cobra and Peacock. I mean, this is absolutely breaking down any rigidity or constraints around beliefs, around contracts, around obligation, or around even expectation, because the Hierophant also has a twinge of society stuff in there of this is right because it's right by society, or this is right because it's written as such, and as so, right? That's what's breaking down. And it's breaking down your shackles. Let's look at Unicorn and Hawk. Let's look at the more fun stuff for you. I heard creative. Some of you are the creative well. Maybe some of you felt like your creative well was dry. It won't be any longer if that's been the case. It feels like you're getting in touch with your inner creative again, or something about that's been restored, or is getting the right juices, the right energy, probably because this is breaking down. So all the energy you were putting in over there is now coming back to you. Tell me about Unicorn and Hawk. Almost said Hork. Unicorn and Hawk for Pisces. Tell me more about Unicorn and Hawk for Pisces. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. I think you're the only one to get Wheel of Fortune so far. Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy. Sag, it's about change, right? But change in the right direction. Again, I just keep getting liberated with you. Liberated. Anything else for Unicorn and Hawk? And like, it's all just about getting out of whatever this has been that has been too surface and not aligned to who you really are. And maybe it served a purpose for a while, but not anymore. Anything else for Pisces? Yeah, we have Strength. Coming out the wheel, some of you could have Jupiter Leo placements, not necessarily. But with Strength coming out here, confidence is definitely restored. Stamina, vitality is definitely restored. Your own willpower is restored. It just feels like, again, you're getting more into your own true, authentic energy. And it just feels really good. And it feels empowering. It feels healthy. It feels nourishing. Oh, Pisces, 10 of Cups, which is a Pisces card. In a way, it feels like you're also able to take back control of your life, but not in a way that's forceful, in a way where you can just like immerse yourself in it. Very Pisces, very Piscean. A lot of just joy is coming as a result of this. Very beautiful. All right, let's look at Zebra. Some of you, this is about your home. A change in your home environment, or how you look at home, how you go about home. Maybe even moving homes. Tell me about Zebra for Pisces. Ooh, we got the Moon, which is technically your card in tarot, even though it's also Cancer for most readers. But the Moon, intuition, emotions, secrets. It's usually what comes with the Moon. I feel emotion actually with this. I feel emotion. Can I get a card for the Moon? What's the emotion here with Zebra? Because Zebra's about you being your authentic self. Oh, well, that would make sense. Pisces reading, right? If you're being your authentic self, a moon coming out that represents you would make sense. But again, I'm feeling emotions. One more for Zebra and Moon for Pisces. Wow. Okay, Pisces, whatever this is, like I said, you don't really care that it's ending because it's exactly what you need as far as an ending is concerned, or something to disintegrate or fall apart for you. But what's interesting is the card that just came out, man, it's marking the end of a true chapter for you. And I want to say for some of you, even the way you've had to be in your life, some of you guys, this could have been a marriage even, right? It's like, or even family values, like values that you've just been living by, and finally you're like, you know what, those don't really work, and I'm not going to abide by that. Because with Zebra, we have Moon and 10 of Swords. So traditionally, Moon and 10 of Swords would be read as like incredible pain. But it's not here, because you're absolutely being liberated. And if anything, I think you're just really feeling and experiencing the true final ending of this. And I just feel like it's freed you. And it's also freed up your emotions, I want to say. It's also freed up your emotions. It's powerful, Pisces. You also, I'm noticing 2 10s here with the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Swords. I don't know how long this is going on, Pisces, but it's clearly been a long time. It's been a long time. Wow. Very nice. All right. Moving on, we have Fire and Earth left. Interesting. I feel like we never have those two left over. Oh. Okay, let me blow my nose one more time before I go ahead and get started. Uh, uh, okay. All right, we are back. Fire or earth? All right, fire is calling me. So earth is going last, which, interesting. I always try to take note of who's going last because it usually implies something big. All right, Aries. Any messages or insights for Aries at this time? I feel the need to breathe a lot with you, Aries. Maybe you're doing some breath work. You may be having a lot of extra energy at this time. I think a lot of fire signs would be having that or experiencing that. Aries. Aries. Any messages or insights for Aries? We have the frog. This is clearing. Typically it's emotional clearing. This could also be why you're feeling the need to breathe a lot. It's just moving a lot of energy for yourself. Okay. What else is going on for Aries? Wow, that's fast. Hummingbird. That's very quick turnaround. It's literally the card of loss and the card of winning. Right next to each other. So, Aries, whatever you're releasing or losing or just saying goodbye to, it's a very fast grieving period. It's very quick because you feel pretty damn good pretty fast. Can I get a third card for Aries, please? Can I get a third and final card for Aries? And then we get Turtle, which is elder energy, wisdom, pacing, grounding, flow, all that good stuff. Wow, Aries. So I feel like this week you're just you're transitioning very quickly because it's like we start with loss, saying goodbye, closing something out, releasing something. I feel on top of the world. I am winning to let me get grounded and pace myself. So it's like you're going from like duh, duh, duh. It's like this week. Okay. I'm here for it. Let's get a little deeper. What is Aries releasing and saying goodbye to with Frog? What is Aries releasing and saying goodbye to with Frog? What is Aries releasing and saying goodbye to with Frog? Ooh, whoa. The Emperor. The Emperor is, well, your one of your major arcana cards. It's Mars energy. It's also Taurus for me personally. I was getting a bit of Five of Pentacles initially. And almost like how you get in your own way is how it was coming through, but I didn't want to say it. But Emperor coming out here, it does feel like you are doing what you need to do. It's just necessary with whatever you're saying goodbye to. You're in your power about it. I want to say it's a pattern. I want to say it's a pattern or situation you've been entertaining and you're like, I can't. If I'm going to really be in my power, if I'm going to really be accountable to myself, I can't entertain that anymore, or I can't indulge in that anymore, or I can't enable that anymore. Again, very much in your own authority here. It's not an easy decision, but it's a necessary one. Can I get another card for Frog and Emperor for Aries? You're just moving super fast, aren't you? Yep. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Wait. Oh, that's how you turn it up upright. Ace of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So again, you're just very aware. I can't engage in this anymore. I can't enable this anymore. I can't entertain this anymore. If I'm going to be accountable to myself, to what I want, I am clear about this because I want movement. I want to take action. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do or get going, and I can't be hindered. It's just very clear, and you're very clear about it. So then, boom, you move into Hummingbird, which I feel like is very similar to Eight of Wands because it's like a burst of energy. So let's look at Hummingbird. Tell me about hummingbird for Aries. Did you hear that? Just as I saw the card, like a little gust of wind came through. We have 7 of Swords with hummingbird. 7 of Swords can be about moving in the down low. It can be about sabotage and deceit and all of that, or things that we're not really seeing. It can also be about trying to move forward but getting caught up in the past. I'm getting more of the like moving in the shadows kind of vibe. Tell me more about hummingbird. Yeah, with the Queen of Swords. Okay, I like that this is coming out for you because this is discernment. It's just, yeah. One more for hummingbird. Yeah, so this is actually this is why you're transitioning so quickly. I almost called you Scorpio. Weird. Maybe you have Scorpio in your chart. This is why you're transitioning so quickly, Aries, because you're very, very clear on what you want, what's going to work, what's not going to work, and what you need to let go of and say goodbye to make that happen. And even though we're clarifying hummingbird, which is this like rush of energy and positive energy, this is also showing me that you are also being very discerning of, again, what's going to hold me back, what's not, because I am focused on what I want. I am focused on my passions, and I'm going to make sure that shit happens. So yeah, it's just confirming what we already know. Again, very simple, straightforward reading for you. Let's look at the pacing and the wisdom of Turtle. Tell me about Turtle. I keep wanting to call you Scorpio for some reason. So weird. Tell me about Turtle for Aries. This is probably the most simple reading I've ever done. Chariot and Strength, Leo and Cancer. You could be a cusper, that could be part of your chart, not necessarily, but Chariot is forward movement, which is clearly what this is about for you, and being victorious and triumphant, but also being confident while doing so. But the wisdom of Turtle is just to pace with it and know that you are doing the right thing and you're headed in the right direction. You're doing right by you. One more card for Turtle. Because even with Strength and Chariot, there's also a taming that's happening with your pace of the chariot, of the movement. Because Strength is also about how we maintain our own energy as well in balance. One more for Turtle, for Aries. Interesting. 4 of Cups. Why is the 4 of Cups here? I'm hearing discontent and boredom. Discontent and boredom. You're trying to manage your own impulse. Wow. Okay, Aries, I see you. I see you with your mastery here. 4 of Cups can be a card of boredom, and they were literally telling me it's about being discontent. But Aries, it's an impulse thing. This is why the Strength card is here, because you're balancing. Aries can get bored really easily if there's not a lot happening, not a lot of moving and grooving. But that's why there's a balance here, because like there is a time to like just be. And that's also the 4 of Cups, right? But if you get bored, not to act out of impulse and just like have this intense pace. So it's interesting. You're finding your balance with this, and you're finding your pace. Okay. Wow. Thank you for the very straightforward reading, Aries. Straight to the point. No messing around. No fluff. All right, Leo. Yeah, that was the fastest read today. All right. Lions. Hey, Lions. How we doing? Do we feel good? I'm getting Dragonfly with you, which is interesting. Why is Dragonfly coming through? Dragonfly to me is like a third eye energy. Oh, now my crown's getting a little hit. Leo, you could be getting activated this week. I suddenly feel so much like all up in my crown and my third eye with your energy. Ground, baby, ground. Okay. Breathe some of the energy out, Leo. I'm like feel disoriented in your energy. Okay, Leo. Any messages or insights for Leo? Ooh, any messages or insights for Leo? Okay, Panther, you're the only one to get this card so far. This is a card of purging and catharsis, release. Could even be a card of anger. It feels more like catharsis to me. This also might be why you have so much energy going on within you, because you're actually moving a lot of energy. So you're having a cathartic moment. I see you. Okay. Anything else for Leo? Hearing Pisces. Wow, Turtle's coming out for a lot of people. Actually, hearing Pisces and we get Turtle, those are kind of kindred energies right there. Leo, you're transmuting a lot of anger. A lot. It's like I'm feeling anger to the point where it's almost making you dizzy. So Leo, you may also be transmuting a lot of trauma. Okay, I'm getting strong mama shit going on here. This also may be happening in your sacral, especially if you're a female. There's so much coming through here because I think there's also just so much moving through you. Hold on, slow down. My lower back is starting to hurt. Yeah, this is screaming sacral purge, mama wounding, feminine wounding, rage, sacred rage. That's what I'm getting with you. There may be some feelings you haven't dealt with that suddenly are getting dealt with. Some of you, there's a domino effect of ancestral clearing, and that's because of something going on in your family, whether you're privy to that or not. I am dizzy in your energy. Oh, that was the other thing they wanted me to mention. Some of you who are processing trauma, like big trauma, you may get cold, you may get really dizzy. It just happens sometimes when trauma is leaving the body. Some of you may be experiencing that. I'm so dizzy with you. Holy crap. Wolf. Wolf is a card of wisdom. It's also a card of elder. It's also a card of what is your role in the community? What is your role in the group? What is your role in the pack? Almost called you Libra. All kinds of signs coming through for you, Leo. Mars is in Leo. So it's like, so this is also a collective energy. Whatever you're transmuting, it absolutely has to do with family, tribe, and community, and your role in these things historically, and what you want and what is present. Any anger or rage you're feeling that's moving through you is probably tied to your own personal stuff. For those who are mystics, it's also probably a little collective energy. This feels like the spinning energy. Yeah, activation warning. Sorry, guys. Activation warning. Responsibility. So after energy moves through you, Leo, it feels like there's a little bit of a crash. Almost want to say crash landing, like back into your body or back into a sense of being centered. But with that comes an awareness, and I'm feeling that with Wolf. Comes an awareness of how you have handled your role in community, group, tribe, family, in whatever way that has been, positive or not, harmful or not. But this is also because I think you're transmuting the abuse of power within groups and family and tribe. Yeah, wow. It's making me glitch. This actually makes so much sense too with the astrology, because Mars opposing Pluto, well, they're both square Vesta, and Haumea is part of that feminine stuff I was talking about. And Mars opposing Pluto brings up power dynamics and ego trips and definitely abuse of power. So I feel like I'm tuning into like major collective energy, but I feel like I'm also tuning into Gaia herself here, and the rage that wants to be purged and transmuted of, well, that of the abuse of power against divine feminine energy. And Leos, because you are Leo, and especially if you have like a Leo stellium, for example, this Mars retrograde this week in particular is going to bring this shit up for you big time, okay? And probably in a very personal way of how you've experienced this personally. Okay, let's go to Panther. Don't hold it in. Whoa. So I'm not taking it. These two are peeking out, but what landed for you is 4 of Swords and 3 of Wands. And I heard don't hold it in, don't hold it in, don't hold it in. And then these two are peeking out, Ace of Cups and 2 of Cups. How you feel about connections in your life, how you feel about people in your life. And when I say feel, I mean, where's the status of love in your connections with people in your life and people around you and people you know? Yeah, this is very Mars retrograde. So Leos, well, while this is your reading, this is also totally a reading for the collective and some things that may be moving through everybody right now, okay? Don't hold it in. Don't hold it in. Don't hold it in. And I keep getting that here with Panther. Because with 4 of Swords and 3 of Wands, explicitly, like, a reader could look at this and go like, oh, you're taking some time to like figure out your next steps. Or you're taking some time for yourself while you're waiting for things to pan out. Or trying to even like re-examine your own expectations. Some of you guys could be doing that. This to me feels actually like avoidance. This feels like I'm going to go in my bubble and in my own world, whether that is just in my head or physically just kind of be in my own energy and just try to be positive and try to just have a good outlook and try to not really feel what I'm feeling, which is this. Which is that anger and a purge trying to happen. Leos, if any of you have a tendency to like dismiss your own emotions or pacify your feelings, especially if it's big feelings, don't do it. Okay? Let it out, especially in terms of this. Whether you have love for someone or that love has turned into something else, or you have really strong feelings about just people in and around you, feel that shit. Feel that shit and let it out. Can I get one more for Panther? I'm hearing a lot about expectations over here. A lot about expectations. Some of you may feel very disappointed by certain expectations you've had and you've never really addressed it or expressed it because your expectations weren't met. Can I get a third card for Panther for Leo? Yep, there it is. Don't hold it in. 4 of Pentacles. The card of holding. Don't hold it in. Do not hold it in. Do not ignore it. While there is a lesson this week of don't get distracted and, you know, don't push and force and all that stuff. Don't get thrown out of your intentions and the way you devote. Like that is definitely part of the energy this week. Do not ignore what your own emotions and body are telling you and what energy is trying to happen, because that's also part of this energy too, is surrender. Just surrender. Surrender to what you actually feel. I also want to say, like, it could be really easy to just go into like labeling or blaming. Just feel what you feel. And I want to say, I do want to say, like, maybe like in your own way, in your own time, before you have any conversations with people, because this is clearly about people and your experience of like groups and tribes and family and all that stuff. Okay. And so a lot of this is just like ancestral shit too. All right, let's look at Turtle for Leo. Yep. There's the wisdom. Yeah. Yes. Because when you let that out, when you stop holding it in or stop suppressing it, dismissing it, and you actually let all that out and you transmute it, guess what? You're open with the Knight of Cups. Also, Pisces come in. Pisces literally came out when Pisces came to me when the Turtle card came out. Knight of Cups is the Pisces court card. This is moving forward from the heart. Open, vulnerable, compassionate, forgiving, with the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. This feels like a very clear-hearted, even clear-minded way of moving forward and moving on. Maybe even getting back to life after this purge, okay? But it feels clean. It feels clean. Some of you, there will be apologies that want to happen as a result of this purging. It's going to be different for everybody, though. Okay, it's not going to be that's not going to be for everybody. Let's look at Wolf. Whoa. Okay. As we keep going, the cards are getting more and more talkative. Hold on. Come here. Tell me about Wolf for Leo. Tell me about Wolf for Leo. Tell me about Wolf for Leo. Yeah. We have the Sun. Come on. And the Nine of Swords. Remember what I was saying before about an awareness of how you've handled your role in groups and tribes and community and vice versa, how people handled you. It's going to be illuminated to you, the Nine of Swords. Fears, insecurities, distortions, anxieties, trauma even, the things that plague our mind that have affected you in this context of tribes, family groups, etc. That's going to be illuminated to you. Potentially how that Nine of Swords energy drove some of your own behavior or even the behavior of others. Can I get a final for Wolf? And taking accountability, moving forward. You may have a little angst about that, but having this clean heart, this recently purged heart, will help you with navigating that. Okay. One more for Wolf. And there's the Two of Cups coming out again. All of this about how you can relate to others, how you have, how you will, and clearly what wanted to get purged out has affected that. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting because it is ending with accountability on your end. Okay. Whew. Alrighty, Sag. Saggy, get out of that energy a bit. Is Clyde liking the new place so far? Mostly. So I've noticed, especially in his older age, like the last 2-3 years, when we travel a lot or when we go through a move, like he's good in the beginning, and then like his body, like the stress kind of catches up with him. So he is happy. He's just kind of going through some calibration physically right now with the stress that he kind of experienced, which I always feel really guilty about. And I try to make it not stressful, but he's a cat, you know, he's really sensitive. All right, Sagittarius. Any messages or insights for Sagittarius? Yeah, get out of the Leo energy, man. That was a little rough. It was rough. Sagittarius. Any messages or insights for Sagittarius this week that would benefit Saggies? Ooh. Okay, that's very different than Leo. Wait, I feel you, Clyde. Probably why I'm such a whiner about moving. Moving is always hard. It's always hard. We have Deer and Snake for Sagittarius. It's interesting because the only other person to get the snake was Gemini, Saggy's counterpart. But Deer is divine feminine principle. It's grace, it's beauty, it's sensuality, it's compassion, gentility, all that stuff. Snake is untapped potential. I love it. So Sag, it definitely feels like you're working in a much more like softer modality is almost what I want to say. I'm also getting a lot of creativity. I'm also getting a sexual awakening. Okay, Saggies, I see you. This just feels really good. This feels bomb. Some of you are actually awakening to your own feminine energy. I want to say for the first time in a long time, or maybe even a new experience of your own feminine energy, regardless of gender. It just feels good. It feels like playtime. It feels like playtime. Anything else for Sag? Whoa, really? We have Horse and Oyster. Not what I would have expected. You have a lot of Earth going on in your reading today. Horse is the master of Earth in this deck. Very feminine for me personally as a reader. Multitasking, grace, independence, stamina, make shit look easy. But Oyster is being closed off. it's interesting the way the cards are coming out, because I feel like you're moving from this to this. There's a freedom here. There's a freedom and a play coming online for you that's not happening over here. This almost feels like taking care of life and like a lot of responsibilities in a way that's kind of kept you tamed. Interesting. In a way that's kind of kept you tamed or contained. And this is just unbridled freedom. And especially in terms of the feminine, I feel like this is also high up. Mercury is in Sag. I was like, I feel like this is super collective. Mercury is in Sag, so this is a very collective read as well. So similar to Leo in that same vein. But this is speaking more to the unleashing of like wild feminine energy, the unleashing of wild sexual creative energy, unencumbered, untamed. It's very Sag. Remember, in the beginning of this week, Mercury in Sagittarius is working with Lilith and Chiron. So it is really getting out that like darker feminine, but like wild. I want to say wild though, like not just dark, but like wild feminine energy, wild sexual energy, and letting it be what it wants to be. I like it. Can I get a third and final card for Sag? By the end of the week, remember, Mercury's doing some different stuff, but I can feel the Lilith energy here. Yeah. Can I get a final card for Sag? Divine masculine principle. We literally have deer, snake, and elk. I want to say the wild masculine meets the wild feminine. Well, there's, an earthworm on the bottom, which is all about new beginnings. So, Saggy, a couple of things here. First of all, I feel like most of you, this is happening within yourself. There's this new balance of you, this new version of you that's just a little bit more wild, but that's because a part of you that's been a little too tame or sequestered or like abiding by the restricted rigidity of all the things that we're moving away from is now being freed, from horse, oyster to deer and snake. Again, some of this is going to feel very sexual. This is all happening within you, okay? Some of you, this can be about a relationship. I keep feeling like sexual awakening with you. For some of you, this can absolutely be about a relationship that is helping you to be liberated in who you are. And I want to say at home in who you are too. At home in who you are, to be wild in who you are. Yum. Okay. Mostly it's union of self, but wild union of self. Okay, let's look at horse and oyster. What's going on over there? I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles immediately. We'll see if she comes out. But I'm immediately getting Queen of Pentacles. Just too much responsibility, honestly. It's like, and Saggy, of all the signs to deal with responsibility. Really, right? I know we all have responsibilities, but you know what I'm saying. But that's what I'm getting. Yeah, responsible, almost too predictable, too kept. I keep getting contained like a cage. Some of you, this is an aspect of self or a narrative that you've embodied as like, I need to be more responsible, or I need to be more like this, or I need to be. That's the root in the narrative. Tell me about horse and oyster. If this is about a relationship, whether you like, and when I say relationship, I do want to say sexual. Whether this is like someone that you have known or sorry. Once this day is over, I think my speech is gonna be a little bit better now that the post shadow is ending today. Whether you have met this person or not, or you know this person or not, sorry, let me take that back. I'm getting all distracted with my words. Sorry. If this is about a relationship, I want to say that if you do know this person or have been interacting with this person, it's like a piece of you has kind of been kept hidden away and it's coming out now. That's for some of you. Okay, let's get back to the main message. Horse and oyster. We got the moon. Moon can be secrets, intuition, emotion, the psyche, the subconscious, right? I feel hidden. I do want to say it's about the psyche, something hidden behind the psyche, in the psyche. Horse oyster, please, for Sagittarius. Whoa. Death. This is a shift in, oh God. So maybe this is an ego death. Actually, that's how it's wanting to come through. This is why it's such like a wild unleashing, because I feel like whatever this is, it's like really, really, really strong programming of needing to be a certain way that's not who you are. And it's something that has kept the real you, like a part of the real you or a part of the wild free you, in line. So with the moon and death, I mean, that's totally just like a massive shift that's happening deep within yourself or deep within the psyche. Like with the ego. Okay, let's move on to deer, snake, and elk. This is super intriguing to me. I want to get individual. Can I get one card for deer? Can't even make this shit up. It's looking very Queen of Pentacles to me. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Can I get a card for snake? Justice. Balance. I swear, if we get the King of Pentacles, can I get a card for elk? For Sag? I would have thought the Queen of Wands would have come out. Oh, interesting. We have 8 of Wands coming out again, which is movement, expansion. Ay, ay, ay. So, clarifying these 3 of deer, snake, and elk, what is happening with this meeting of yourself in this wild, unencumbered sense of self in your masculine, feminine is balance, and it is justice, and it is harmony, and it's breaking you out of that Queen of Pentacles energy, which is exactly what I was feeling with the horse. It's like you've been sequestered as the Queen of Pentacles, like too contained, too responsible, maybe even like too much about tasks or getting things right or being a certain way. It's like it feels very like prim and proper and no more. Just no, I'm getting like Queen of Wands. So I'm gonna pull a couple more cards to see what else comes out. But like, yeah, this is about not being so like that, because it's not you. And I do want to say not so responsible, but like I feel like it's irresponsible for me to say that, which is kind of interesting. To make room to make room for a little bit of mischief, right? Tell me about the 8 of Wands with elk. Tell me about the 8 of Wands with elk for Sag. Oh, yeah, baby, the sun. Joy, fun, freedom, new beginnings. Wow. All right, well, that's it, Sag. I think it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear. So enjoy the wild within that you're going to be experiencing here. All right. Earth signs. Starting with Taurus. I am Cappy. I'm about to explode. Cappies are going last today too, which is interesting for the new moon. Okay. Taurus. Any messages or insights for Taurus, please? Hey, Bubby, what's he up to? You want to lay down? No? Okay. Taurus. What you doing? Buddy, I put the pillow over here. Are you playful right now? Okay. Anyway, Taurus. Sorry, guys. Taurus. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Am I taking this? No. Any messages or insights for Taurus at this time? You're feeling very quiet, Taurus. They're showing me like a stalk, though. Almost like Like from like, what's that fairy tale? Beanstalk, Jack and the Beanstalk, right? Jack and the Giant Beanstalk. I don't know. You understand. They're showing me a giant stalk. That's all they're showing me. Why are you so quiet? Why are you so quiet? Are you just minding your business? Taurus. No, you're not. So why are you quiet? Cheetah is yang. Cheetah is masculine energy. It's also solar plexus. It is my 8 of Wands card, and it is about movement. Very, very fast movement. So why are you so quiet? Anything else for Taurus? Panther. Oh, is this someone around you? Are you trying to be the stock while this is going on? Are you trying to be solid and stable while this is happening? Is that why you're being quiet? Cheetah and Panther. This is like an explosion of energy. I want to say it is like a massive purge and release, but I want to say explosion. It's an explosion of energy. An explosion of action. That no was so clear. Yeah. Buddy. He's getting anxious. Okay, so we have an explosion going on, and I feel like you're just trying to maintain yourself. Was this you? I keep feeling like this is outside of you. What the hell, Taurus? So we have snake coming out again. Also, like I mentioned this many times already because it's come up for a lot of people, but this is also kind of explosive too. It is Kundalini energy, sexual energy at that, and it is potential coming through. I don't feel like this is you. So take it as it resonates, because I keep feeling like someone's having an explosion of some kind, energetic. Ooh, high pitch in the ear as I said that. Like an explosion energetically, and someone is just kind of on the side maintaining. So decide how this resonates for you. This, to be honest, this almost feels like an orgasm, to be honest. It kind of does. Again, could even be in a sexual awakening for some of you guys, or even a sexual healing, because catharsis is part of it. But I feel the body is involved. I feel physical movement. I feel sexual energy. It's like that's everything that I'm feeling with this explosion that someone is experiencing. And I feel another energy on the side just maintaining. Maybe even holding the space. Can I get a final card for Taurus, please? Maybe you're in Zen mode and then this is going to hit you. We're going to get cards to figure this out, because I'm a little like, what? Cosmic egg, the crown. A peak of development and growth. Taurus, I'm just very perturbed that like what I'm sensing with you intuitively is very different than this. Because this is massive explosion, elevation, orgasmic kind of energy that someone's experiencing, and it's just it's a massive like upgrade for somebody. And the body is involved, is what they keep saying. The body is involved, the body is moving. And I keep feeling like this isn't you. Like you're watching somebody go through this, or someone around you is going through this. Again, you may be very zen and then this hits you out of nowhere. I'm going to get one more card. One more for Taurus. And again, it could be vice versa. When there's multiple people involved, it can always be vice versa. Can I get one more for Taurus? Yeah, I think this is more you. Peacock. I'm hearing on standby. That's weird. On standby. On standby. I feel like someone around you or someone you know is going through something major and you are aware of it. And I want to say you are trying to be like strong for them, to be honest. Yeah, I want to say you're being strong for them. Like holding space for them, being on standby in case they need something. Watching this happen, aware this is happening. Peacock can also be a card of beauty and grace. I'm getting like a little bit of masculine vibes off of that, actually. Sometimes it is my card of masking and superficial and whatever, but like I feel like you're just like I am here. I am just here. I am just being. I am just maintaining. while this shit is happening. And I want to say to someone you know or someone around you, and in a way you are holding space for them, you're offering support, or you're ready to when they need it. And again, it could be reversed or vice versa. Let's get cards on this. Am I taking this? No. I want to look at Peacock first. It's the most simple energy on the board. Tell me about Peacock for Taurus. Yeah. Wow. Okay. We have Temperance and Magician coming out for the Peacock. Temperance with Magician totally screams maintaining to me, because while Magician can be very dynamic and very much about alchemy and transmuting, which again, I think you are helping somebody with, Temperance is about balance, moderation. It's even the card of healing, right? And protecting. What? What is it? What you need? Hope it's not food. Anyway, yeah. Taurus, this is starting to feel kind of sweet, because like I do feel like you're very quiet over here, but that's because someone needs you to be. Like, not I shouldn't say it that way. Oh, how do I want to say this? I feel like you're someone's guardian angel, to be honest. I feel like you're someone's guardian angel or even protector. It's nice. It's sweet. It's nice and it's sweet. Okay. Again, it could be vice versa, where this could be more your energy, this explosion. Let's look at the explosion. Eight of Wands. Well, that makes sense. Explosion. Unstoppable energy, movement, communication. Wow. Whoa. Buddy, what are you doing? Sorry guys, he's like literally behind the curtain. He's like, can you not, please? Be careful. Okay. He has really bad arthritis. Every time he jumps, I get nervous. So part of the explosion, look at this. 8 of Wands, 10 of Cups, and the King of Cups. The explosion that's happening, I keep feeling like orgasm. I do. I just keep feeling that. The explosion is also coming with this experience of bliss and elation. Like overwhelming bliss and elation, like very similar to an orgasm. Just lying. Just saying. With this explosion, yes, there's a purging. Yes, there's a catharsis. Yes, there's an awakening. And yes, there's movement. And with the elation that's coming over this individual who's experiencing this, there's also an awareness of achieving this, of the 10 of Cups and the King of Cups, like what that is, like what is the 10 of Cups for this person. There's an awareness of that. Maybe a husband is there through the push. Yeah, and like that's how it's feeling. Like it's feeling like Taurus is holding space for this energy over here. And again, it could be reversed, where Taurus, someone's holding space for you in this moment. I keep feeling like this is honestly about someone having sex. I can't get away from it. It feels very tantric. It feels very, very tantric. Anything else about this explosion? And it's like a little awakening moment. Anything else about this explosion for Taurus? Wow. Chariot. Victory and triumph and movement in that right direction. Some of you guys, this is going to be occurring with a move or a commitment of some kind. Can you show me how these energies link? Show me the link between these energies. Show me the link between it. So much water here. Actually, you have all 3 water signs, Taurus. You have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Excuse me. Sorry. Energy. Can you show me the link between these 2 energies? Can you show me the link between these 2 energies? Four of Wands. Yeah, Taurus, this feels like somebody that you have some sort of stability with or some sort of foundation with. You share something with this person, and it's something tangible, like a relationship or even a household or just a long-standing connection of some kind. Tell me more about the Four of Wands with the link between these two energies. I was just thinking Scorpio drawing you into their spiritual awakening through sexy time. Uranus is opposing Juno too. I didn't talk about that because I didn't think it was that important. But Uranus opposing Juno, with Uranus being in Taurus and Juno being in Scorpio. Kind of feeling those vibes here too. Can I get one more card for the link between these two energies with the Four of Wands? Safe. Safe. Four of Wands and the Seven of Wands, and I'm hearing the word safe. Seven of Wands is Mars Leo. It can be a card of bravery. It can be a card of standing up for something or willing to fight for something. Sometimes it's a defensive energy, but with this, I feel safe haven. It's honestly what I'm feeling, like defending the Four of Wands. Between the Four and the Seven is a Three of Wands, which is optimism, expectation, knowing some movement is happening. So the link between these two individuals is literally this experience of safe haven. This is crazy. One more. Let's get a third before we move on. Between the Four and the Seven, between these two energies. The Eight of Cups, emotional movement. The 8 always goes to the 10, which is here with the explosion. And between the 10 and the 8 is the Two of Cups. So yeah, Taurus, this is screaming relationship to me. And it's also screaming a sexual one as well. It could be one where there's just a lot of love and respect, where you feel really safe and at home with each other. But there's so much sexual energy here and so many cups too. Yeah, I gotta call a spade a spade. This feels like two people that feel at home with each other. And it feels like one person is helping the other go home to themselves. And through some sort of awakening of some kind. And for some of you, you may even, I want to say deepen this or strengthen this with the Four of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Cups, with the 10 being here as well. Sorry, so much information. That this may actually deepen the establishment of what your connection is. It feels very spiritual. It's interesting because there's only fire and water here. There's no air, there's no earth, there's only fire and water. And Magician I consider to be ether. Yeah, this is purely spiritual. Purely. It's beautiful though. To have that much like trust in each other, that you're just like, yeah, we're home for each other. Wow. Okay. I don't know how Virgo and Capricorn are going to top that. Okay. Wow. Virgo. Actually, let's do, All right. Virgos. Any messages or insights for Virgo? Any messages or insights for Virgo? I feel like you're toiling away, Virgo. I feel like you're doing you. Feels sustainable, though. It doesn't feel like you're overexerting yourself, but I feel like you're toiling away. That word wants to be used, toiling. Any messages or insights for Virgo? Dolphin. Very nice. Dolphin's very playful. Dolphin is actually the card of the healer. It is a Gemini card for me, but it's play, it's sexuality, it's healing, it's fun, it's bright light, fun energy. Okay, so you're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying yourself, Virgo. Anything else for Virgos? Hold on, I'm not taking all those. That's too many. Anything else for my Virgos? I was feeling toiling away with this too. It's like you're just enjoying you're just enjoying. Anything else for Virgo for this week? Ooh, really? Why is Rabbit coming in here? The enjoyment, Virgo, the enjoyment of how you toil is going to be very soothing for you this week. Rabbit is indicating some sort of anxiety or something that's putting you on edge can be coming up. But Dolphin is going to soothe you through that. Okay. Play, go with play, go with play, go with play. Because with the anxiety and like tense energy that may be coming up, play is going to be the key. Play is going to be the answer, especially if it is also like coming up between you and another person. Just go back to being playful. I want to say something doesn't have to be figured out right now. Something doesn't have to be figured out right now. Can I get a third card? Oh, the golden egg, heart chakra coming through. Yeah, Virgo, they're just making it very clear. This week for you, you don't have to figure things out. Things are going to naturally get figured out. So enjoy being creative, enjoy playtime with people right now. You may feel like, no, I have to. It's just going to stress you out. This is a week for you to just be in your heart and be playful. Okay. And if I keep getting something about another person here, like a friend, like someone you have plans with, or you're trying to figure, like I'm getting like a contract negotiation kind of a thing, which contract doesn't have to be physical contract. It's an agreement. It's an understanding. You may feel pressured to like get on the same page with a friend or a coworker, maybe even a lover this week or a family member. And it's like, it doesn't have to right now is what they keep saying. Just bring back the play. Yeah. Keep it lighthearted. Yeah, bring in play, not too much business right now. Interesting. Okay. All right. Let's look at Rabbit then, since that seems to be the center of this. Like, where did he go? Wow, King of Cups is coming out for everybody. For everybody this week. King of Cups with Rabbit. Why is King of Cups here with Rabbit for Virgo? Why is King of Cups here for Rabbit with Virgo? Yeah, Five of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, you're feeling on edge because like you want something to be fixed is what I'm gathering. You want something to be fixed. You want something to be fixed. You want something to be fixed. And it's interesting because the Five of Pentacles is like, it's pentacle, right? It's earthly matters. It's can be financial issues. It could be feeling scarcity, feeling fear, feeling insecure, but it's like it's in the earthly plane, like something is not right. And I almost want to say the King of Cups may even represent someone that you are like wanting to fix things with or get on the same page with. It's like it feels like there's something just not right, or there's a void, or there's a lack of some kind. And it's almost like meet them in the heart is what's coming through. Like meet the situation in the heart, kind of what I was saying before, but even this individual, meet them where they're at, which is in the heart. Tell me about Dolphin. I don't think you're missing anybody, but I also want to say there's like worry or anxiety of like, how do I want to say? Like something's been misunderstood or a mistake has taken place or a misjudgment. Just bring the heart back. Just bring the heart back into it. Tell me about Dolphin. Yeah, Six of Wands. Recognition, victory, attention. Tell me about Dolphin for Virgo with the Six of Wands. Can I get one more for Dolphin and Six of Wands for Virgo? Yep, there it is. Three of Swords, the pain and discomfort, the Moon, and the Six of Cups. This is really hitting you in your soul. Yeah, Virgo, the key is like just bring matters of the heart and soul back into the situation. I don't think this is something that needs to be tangible or logical at all. It's like the answer is emotion. That is victory. Victory here is accessing the Six of Cups. Entertaining the Six of Cups, which is also childlike energy. It's play, it's nostalgia, it's heart to heart, it's soulmate energy, right? Yeah, you may be feeling some kind of way, but get back to what matters. I also want to say get out of the head and into the heart too. It's like, because something about this feels like it's getting overly thought out, or like fluffed up, like making a mountain out of a molehill. There we go. Making a mountain out of a molehill. Because I'm also getting too, it's like, yeah, it's like, I feel like you're just worried about how someone has taken something, how someone feels about something, that something has not gone according to plan, that there's hurt feelings here. Again, I'm getting misjudgment, misconstrued, misunderstanding. Just bring back what matters. It's just the heart to heart. That's all that matters. All right, let's actually look at the heart. Let's look at golden egg for Virgo. Play is key for you. Play. Play. Play and be silly, okay? Play. Golden egg. Yeah, I also want to say don't be so serious. It's not that serious. Tell me about golden egg for Virgo. Page of Pentacles. This is new approach. New approach, new understanding. It's also a card of trust. Tell me more about the golden egg. Yeah. Virgo. Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords around the heart space. You're afraid. You're afraid, you're worried, you're concerned. All that matters is play and the heart. Look at this differently. Start to look at this differently. Trust is a big thing here too. Because it's also like, how do I want to say? Trusting that like you can just meet someone in the heart and things will get worked out and figured out. And it's like not a big deal. A lot of anxiety going on here, Virgo. Yeah, it's not a tactical thing. It's not a logical thing. It's a matter of the heart. Okay. All right, Capricorn. We finally made it, Cappies. Hi. Happy new moon. Oh, and happy birthday as well. All right, let's see what's going on for my Cappies. This may also be a collective read just because of the nature of the new moon, right? Oh, I just realized too. Wait, 3 hours? Oh. We have literally been in the peak of the new moon energy while we've been live. I just realized. Okay. Capricorn. Any messages or insights for actually, when was that? That was during Taurus. That was during Taurus. When we were at the peak of the new moon energy. All right, Capricorn. Any messages or insights for my Cappies for this week? What's going on for Capricorn this week? Very Capricorn card. We have Wolf. This is the role. Taking what is your role in community, group, or tribe. It's also a card of wisdom, but I'm feeling it's the role. What role do you want? How is your role changing? How do you want your role to change? That's what's coming through. This is so Cappy, it's not even funny. Ooh, no one's gotten Crow yet. Crow is my card of the Magician. It is alchemy. It's the card of magic. Cappy. I feel like you're getting we're going to pull a third card, but I want to stop for a second. Capricorns, I feel like you're getting very clear on the role you play in life in general and how you want to shift that, but you're doing it in a way that's like very magician. And I want to say you are actually manifesting. You may be like doing very active manifestations right now too. Yeah, it's very intentional. They're also bringing up objects. I'm even drawn to the crow holding the orb. You may start to become aware too of just like the stories and energy you like that's attached to certain objects that you have or that you're drawn to or have like been using. It may guide you to like cleanse some things or even get rid of things or get new things. I'm getting like talismans. Like I feel like you're just going into wizard mode, Capricorn. You're just going into wizard mode. Is what you're doing. Okay. I see you. I see you, Cappies. Can I get a third card for Capricorn, please? Two. You got two. Ooh. We have Horse and Stingray. Horse is also very Capricorn to me. It is master of the earthly plane and all earthly matters. And Stingray is actually my card of primordial masculine energy. It is my card of the King of Cups. It is emotional and spiritual strength and stamina. So Capricorns, I feel like I'm looking at a reading for Cappies who are really strong in their magician mode right now, in their wizard mode. Hold on a second. And you are making things happen in your physical reality by doing it internally. Like a magician would, like a wizard would. Sorry, hold on. Definitely working smarter, not harder. And again, more intentional as well. I keep getting drawn to the Horse and the Stingray. Capricorns, you're used to being strong. It's pretty standard for Cappies. I want to say the way that you're strong, or the way that you're moving, the way your strength is changing. Say it that way. The way that you lean into your strength is changing. The source of your strength is changing. It's not so explicit. It's not so physical. It's becoming more balanced with emotional and spiritual strength of the Stingray, which is part of your wizardry. Okay, that's happening here. All right, let's pull some tarot cards. All right. Wolf. I'm not taking those. Wolf. Tell me about Wolf for Capricorn. You're also seeing something very clearly. I do feel like you're taking stock of you. I do feel like you are really looking very closely at yourself here, which is why you're like, okay, what do I really want, right? What role do I really want to play? What do I really want to do? How do I really want to be seen? But to do that, you have to see, right? You actually have to see with what you're working with. They're showing me the Seven of Pentacles. Tell me about Wolf. I'm hearing shadow work. I don't think that's a present energy. I want to say recent shadow work is really helping you here. Being very at one with your shadows is really helping you here. Tell me about Wolf with Capricorn. Oh, Five of Wands. This is conflict and competition. You've been fighting something about yourself, is what I'm getting with that. Dang, hold on. Oh, good, I have one sip of tea left. You've been fighting something about yourself, Cappies. And I want to say this is also part of the wizardry, is like seeing what you've been fighting within yourself and even in your own life and transmuting that or doing something about it. That's what you're seeing. Yeah, thank you. They're like, that is what Capricorn is seeing. You're seeing what you've had resistance to about yourself. One more for the Wolf and Five of Wands for Capricorn. Whoa. Five of Swords. Five of Wands and Five of Swords. So you've kind of been having a little bit of an ego battle with yourself. You've been resisting a part of you. Why? It's like you didn't know how to reconcile that part of you. Can I get a third one? Thank you. They're confirming. Whatever this part is that you are like you're becoming very aware that you've been fighting this part of you. I want to say you've had a hard time reconciling it because of how people see you and how people treat you. And I want to say the role you've had, the label you've had, that you've taken on in your life with your family, with your coworkers, with your friends. And this has caused the battle because there's this constant push or pressure to maintain whatever role you've been playing. Well, internally, it's a no. Internally, there's been like, hey, we need to shift here. And you're aware of this now. You're very aware of what this part is. And this is you also discerning, like, well, how do I shift? Interesting. I still want to get a third card. For Five of Wands, Five of Swords, and the Wolf. Some of you are really fighting narratives. Four of Pentacles. Some of you guys, this is tied to your finances. Four of Pentacles can be the card of holding, right? Holding back, holding on, but it can also be a card of saving money. You have been pretty attached to this role that you've played, Capricorns, or this image that you've had, but it is time for a change. And I think you do want to change anyway. It's just hard to let go, and it's hard to allow space. Yeah, and it's hard to allow space. And I keep wanting to say people are holding you to this, or other people around you, or someone you know is like holding you to what you've been. But it's time for a change. And when it's time for a change, it's time for a change, right? All right, let's look at Crow. Let's look at the alchemy. Let's look at the magician here, the wizardry. I keep wanting to say wizard for some reason. Tell me about Crow for Capricorn. Knight of Swords. No one's gotten this card yet. Gemini coming through. Knight of Swords is communication and delivery of information. I want to say this is you almost like launching this shift. It feels post though. There's a timing to this. There's a timing to this Knight of Swords energy with you. It's all about the timing. Almost like you shift before you say anything. Huh. Tell me more about Crow and Knight of Swords for Capricorn. Oh my god, I was gonna land in my drink. Empress. I don't know why I want to like tread lightly in your energy now. Part of this shift for you is moving into Empress energy, embodying Empress energy, and then you say something. And then you communicate. That's part of the wizardry that's happening here. It's almost like whatever you've been being held to, as far as your role, your identity, what you do for people, your image, it hasn't allowed for feminine energy is what I'm getting. Oh, this is totally collective. Hasn't allowed for feminine energy. That's exactly what we were saying before. It hasn't allowed you to be in Empress mode. It hasn't allowed you to relax. It hasn't allowed you to receive. It hasn't allowed you to be within and operate from the feminine space. So to shift, you have to shift first before you can actually start acting from the Empress, before you can start speaking from the Empress space within yourself. Okay, interesting. Can I get a third card? I want 3 for each of these for you. Can I get a third? 3's maybe significant for you, like 3, 3, 3 maybe a thing. Can I get a third card for Crow, Knight of Swords, and Empress? Yeah, Six of Swords, peace. Peace and ease. And it's interesting because you're going from Five of Wands, Five of Swords to Four of Pentacles, which is definitely a space of struggle, to Empress and Six of Swords, which is a space of ease. Okay? You're making your life easier. Working smarter, not harder. Even working, like, I don't feel a whole lot of work going on here. It's a very internal choice and experience. But once you shift, it's going to be easier. And it's also going to be easier to like get people on board, because it's like I keep getting something about other people's like almost keeping you there. And there's a choice there to relinquish that. Actually, can I get a clarification on the Knight of Swords? And then we'll go into Horse and Stingray. Can I get a clarification on the Knight of Swords? Yeah, Chariot. This is about your movements. It's about your movements. Six of Swords and Chariot and the Knight of Swords. Some of you guys, there may be a move here, not necessarily, or travel, like a vacation. Like maybe you're like, I'm going on vacay and I'm telling people after the fact. Like, oh, by the way, I'm not coming into work for 2 weeks because I'm in Mexico. And not telling them you're leaving. It could even be something like that. Anyway, Horse and Stingray. Let's look at this beautiful balance you're moving into. And again, pulling your strength from a different place. Strength is now coming from the non-physical, emotional, spiritual, not so much the body or your vitality. Wow, okay, some of you guys have actually really struggled with your physical energy. Like you have been battling exhaustion or burnout. Tell me about Horse and Stingray for Capricorn. Knight of Pentacles. This is a card of responsibility, loyalty, predictability, consistent effort. Okay. Sustainable effort. Tell me more about the Horse and Stingray. Beautiful. Awesome. This more sustainable way of being, Capricorn, of really working from that feminine and Empress energy and being within that, is allowing you to still like do what you got to do, right? And maintain things and be responsible, but it's in a way that really supports your vitality. It supports your radiance. It supports your confidence. It supports your body. It supports your feeling of abundance and your ability to have freedom. And also Six of Wands makes you feel very just good and victorious with this shift that you're doing for yourself. Hold on, let me get one more here. Especially with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is screaming out to me. This is the epitome of the energy this week. It's like work differently, devote differently, and see what happens by leaning into the Empress energy, by surrendering, right? One more for the Nine of Pentacles. King of Cups. There's that Stingray energy coming through. King of Cups has come out for basically everybody today. But this is being very deep within and having that emotional and spiritual strength. And actually, even though it's a masculine energy, it is an energy of being very within and working from within. So very nice. Very nice, Cappies. All right. That's it. That concludes the weekly. Just a little over 3 hours. I love you guys so much. I'm going to go so I can enjoy the new moon. I was going to try to do Sag and Libra and Taurus today, but it's looking like I probably don't have time. So I'll be doing that when I have time. Devoting differently, as we are learning this week. But I will see you guys later. Have an amazing new moon, an amazing week, and I will see you guys, okay? Bye. Take care.